Is this just what the resurrection feels like? From the other side, from the other side, from the other side. Out of the darker day and into the brighter night. From the other side. Out of the day and into the brighter night.
Last time, welcome to Dark Shadowdaze. I'm your Dungeon Master, Gentleman Game Master. This is our group, the Fangs. They are, we would call them the villain group, but no one ever really sees themselves as a villain. They are whole-rounded personalities and characters who have goals of their own, and are working together to achieve that. No different from the Feathers. They just happen to be going about it in a different manner. And it seems that as this war between Strahd and the Raven Queen comes to a head and starts to get more heated, it seems that both factions are not quite taking the high road, and that both parties are willing to play dirty, if you will. When we last left off, the party had climbed one of the highest, coldest peaks in the land of Barovia. They find themselves in the Amber Temple. It's not just called that in name. While it is stone and rock, it is also many parts of it, such as the doors or the statues or even walls glazed over in amber, used to seal its secrets. And they sit in when we last were here. They've been kind of very painstakingly taking their time to make sure that they move through this place as safely as possible, knowing that great dangers exist here. This is the place where all dark magic emanates from within Barovia. It is at the root of where Strahd got the power that turned him into what he is today. Let's introduce our characters really quickly. They are sitting in this open, there's a grand lower level to the kind of like the foyer of this temple. When you walk down this small 40 foot down 5 foot wide tunnel, stairs leading down. Once you get inside, you're on this grand balcony, and down below another 30 foot on this balcony, staircases on either side of it lead further down into, like I said, this open expansive area that is probably almost 100 feet by 100 feet across a huge square. And in this hall, there are 4 grand black pillars that hold the place up. The ceiling is kind of 60 feet up, kind of carved into the kind of arched ceiling way. There is a eerie quietness to the place, but it also seems to hum with dark energies all around. And at the center of the room, towards the rear, where they're sitting right in front, is a 40-foot erected statue of a dark figure that they've been referring to as the Dark One or the Dark God, with its hands kind of silhouetted and draped in a cloth, with its hands outstretched as though to be casting a spell. In addition, if you're looking on Roll20, give you a little bit more information about the room you're in. Let me make sure I'm on the lower level. Yes. So you see here, if you guys are right here in the center of the room where I'm pinging, you see to the right, to the rear of you, there are two double doors about 40 feet away. Those are similar to the same doors you've seen everywhere else that seem to be locked and closed. On this side, the doors are bashed in and open. There's a bunch of debris and rock. It seems to that debris, a lot of that chunky is not just from the splintered doorway, but if you remember, there are two balconies right above on either side here. And if you recall, one of them is broken. So where that balcony collapsed, that's what you see there. In these little alcoves here and there are statues. This one is kind of broken in half, but its legs are still standing, and they look like they're all about 10 feet tall statues of wizards, you know, in their own poses. And you assume even down here, even though it's darker to see from where you're standing in both these locations, the same thing. If I was to move as you've moved through this hall, you'll see that there are staircases on either side. Of course, that is where you came from, remember, to the upper level. I imagine that one of you have noticed it, even though it's in the dark. But right back here at the south end of the hall is another double set of doors. If you didn't realize it before, you probably would have realized it talking to Strahd, right? Or just, you know, taking that moment there to camp around. In addition, if you're standing in the middle, you've got these 10-foot opening with huge 20-foot archways, pretty much just a large hallway that goes further on this side, and on this side, that lead further into the lower areas of the Amber Temple. If you ever need me to show you or recall, we'll try to treat this actually truly like when you're in a dungeon. No one has a map, but I will give you things that are very simple to recall. I will take you there, like the upstairs. You know that if you go upstairs on my right, you know that to the left is that room where you just encountered the flaming skulls and finished them off. And then you went downstairs. You were originally, if you recall, you were going across the balcony this way to the room on the other side, and that's when Strahd called you down. So if you need any other pertinent information, feel free to please ask me, but I do want you to have a really good understanding of where we are. We're not in combat by any means, but I will also, just to really kind of hone in and give you as much visual understanding of what this place looks like. I want to start where we can see all of each other's faces, but I will share the camera of the board really quickly so you can see a better understanding of. So this open expansive space, you guys all just finished talking to Strahd. He was there talking to you. You had this, and then he went on his way. He told you what he was going to do with his time. Of course, this figure is cloaked. It is not armored like it is here, but that was the best I have as a stand-in for what that is. Don't be worried. These are not these gargoyles. I wanted to dress up the setting a little bit. These rods, they really go all the way to the ceiling. Maybe the gargoyles are at the top, you know, etched in as reliefs around the sides, but they are not really there. Don't worry about that. Down that way would be the hallway that goes that way and down here, the hallway that goes here. Those are the two alcoves, as you can see, statues inside of them. The locked door there in the back, the double locked door. And then of course the busted door that leads to a room there. Hopefully that helps really set the scene where everybody understands what we've got going. Stop sharing that for now. Okay. Something really weird is going on with sound. Did music come back? Okay. And so, yeah, with that, the party had just finished talking to Strahd. He actually came to them, and what he let them know is that the feathers are dead. I've gotten rid of all of my enemies, but time is still short. I need that wand of Orcus. I need all three parts. You need to get that for me. And then I need these gems, those 3 gems that I can use on this arcanic machine to move my castle out of this land when I do have the wand that will open the portal so that I can move the castle. So Strahd is like really hedging all his bets on this crazy grand plan, and you guys are a part of it. With that said, he's gone now, and I'll turn it over to you. And as you guys, what I will say is just do a quick introduction, just in case if anybody was picking up today, kind of what your character looks like, who they are, and then just jump into role play. and what you guys want to do next. We'll go from there.
All right, who wants to go first? I guess since I voiced up first, I'll go first. I'm playing Ida Kusuo. She is a Kalishtar cleric subclass.
You got low on us for a second.
Blanket on Pacific subclass here. It's been a while since I pulled out this character.
It's life,
cleric.
right?
She life cleric.
Your
right?
life cleric, yeah.
Got it. Sorry, it's been amazing. Character. She's tall, blonde, pink hair, like pinkish robes, chain armor. Has that. And yeah, just sort of here, tag along with the rest of the group. Has her own little motivation, like everyone else does, and right now is just sort of standing with the rest of the group.
Okay. I'm going to come back actually and mention one thing about Ida, but I'd like everybody else to go kind of make their same thing, quick introduction. I'll come back to Ida.
So I play Krius, and he is a House Thrani agent with the Mark of Shadow, and he is here because he wants to take control of all of Barovia, which Strahd has said, if he can fight for it, it's his.
Nice.
All right. I am playing Ellen, our group's storm sorcerer. So he's a half elf. He's would be handsome, except he's looking a little haggard and embittered now. So pale skin, long black, like straight hair. He's wearing kind of just fancy clothes, but no armor. But then again, he's kind of weather beaten, so the clothes are taking a beating.
I like the way you described like that he's changed over time a bit. I like that. Think that's really cool to kind of.
This journey's been hard on him, yeah. And at this point, I mean, he had some enthusiasm, but at this point, he is sick of being in Barovia and wants a way out.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably makes sense to move with Nihilus now. Sitting fairly close to Ellen is half drow, dressed in purple, once very fancy robes with gold trim, also starting to look very clean still. He keeps his robes clean, but they're starting to look a little worn. And he no longer has that enthusiasm. He no longer is trying to lead this group. He is a warlock of the fallen Solar Malkazid, who also wants the Wand of Orcus, and he's just trying to figure out how to get back to the material plane alive. So
a lot of get out as quickly as we can going on here.
I am playing Garrick Wildspeaker. His description is that big thing behind me. He is currently on a warpath / hunt for a necromancer who has cursed him.
Awesome. And Benji.
I'm Benji. I'm playing Quake. He's a Earth Genasi. I kind of met up with this group to meet Strahd and help him, with his goals. I think recently he's been kind of rediscovering that he's actually starting to understand why people might mine for precious minerals. That was his kind of his concern, that people were just taking them like it belonged to them, and I think he's kind of changed his mind on that, and he just wants to serve Strahd. I imagine he's poking at his forehead. Last time we encountered Strahd, he put a cross made of his own blood on his forehead. So I imagine Quake is back there, kind of poking at it, kind of like wondering what it does, what that's going to do.
Okay. So these are our party, the Fangs, and Strahd is kind of gliding across the floor. He's walking, but from behind with his cape kind of dragging. It almost looks like you can't tell if he's taking a step or if he's gliding. And then he disappears in the shadows. He does leave you all a potion, one that refills once a day. Not much, but a thank you for your obedience so far. In addition, Quake starts to feel the benefits. It starts to become clear. It's not a voice telling him this. It's just almost like a comforting understanding of what that mark actually does. Almost like as the blood dries and as the magical essence of Strahd seeps into him, he realizes that he is immune to being blinded, deafened, petrified, and stunned for as long as he leaves the mark there. If the only problem is, and I imagine he notices this maybe as he picks up a piece of gem and he tastes it, but as it touches his tongue, it tastes like ash. It tastes like rock. What even a human would consider rock tastes like. Its delicious flavors are now bland. So he has these amazing ability, this protection, but it goes with not the same comfort of his ability to enjoy the rocks that he eats. And as he is taking that in, everyone hasn't maybe spoke yet, and we realize that suddenly Ida is not around, and as you all turn, she is standing about 10 feet away in front of that statue that is high, that is 40 feet up, and she's looking not at the statue but almost through it, and she's not saying anything, but she just seems it's strange. It's unusual behavior for Ida. What do you all do?
Ida and Kreese is gonna just kind of shake her a bit.
And suddenly she shakes free.
Huh? What? What the hell was that?
You were acting strange.
Strange how exactly? It doesn't exactly give me an explanation of what strange is. What exactly you mean by strange?
Staring off and...
Yes, it's nothing really, just... It's nothing. It's unusual hearing things that not most people can hear. Definitely ones that have something to offer, to say the least. But if anything, I feel like, if anything, we should investigate. If we were to continue, we should continue forward, rather than anywhere else. If anything, if we can figure out where north is, I have a feeling that's where we need to go. If we can figure out the direction of where we're at currently, I have a suspicion that's where we'll find something of interest over there.
Well, I was thinking, if we head through the broken door, there's a chance we'll see what happened to the master of that apprentice who was hiding. Could be that direction.
Yes, you could be right. I sort of suspected it was invaders, but you're probably right. I don't think any invaders have come through this temple in a long, long time.
Either way, we have a job to do, and it's not going to get any easier, so we might as well start.
It's this emergency.
So through the broken doors, fellas? Team?
Yep.
So we're looking at sort of options. We're looking at these. We're looking at going into this room here.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you all approach the room? Kind of describe your fallen rank, or how you all would go about doing that.
Ida would definitely be more upfront, not leading the pack, but she wouldn't be in the back. She'd definitely be like second.
If you're turning that light on, you either need to be very far in front or not in front of us because you're killing our dark vision.
I forgot. I forgot. I don't have dark vision.
And here's the thing, Ida. If you turn, the thing about the way I see this place, I imagine that even with your light out, your eyes settle enough to where you're able to see the basic shapes. Like you can see your friends in front of you. There are sconces and things, but you guys haven't lit any of that stuff. So Ida is in the dark, right? Unless she lights that. But like your immediate like 10-foot bubble right around them, you can kind of see the bare silhouettes of your friends when your light is off, just to kind of give you more. So you're not just like, I'm blind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is just kind of thinking to myself, really wishing I had bought some sort of night vision potion. But whatever. You lot head in first. I'll go check it out after you. For now, I'll keep watch outside.
Nihilus will head in first. He's tired of wasting time.
Fair enough. So as you guys enter this room, what you end up seeing is a room that seems to have been ransacked or torn apart. And when it comes down to kind of taking in what is there laying around, the amber doors that like once sealed the entire place, they've just been smashed asunder. So there are pieces lying all over, and then you see some crushed amongst like crushed bones and armor. And that crushed bones and armor, similar to someone saying invaders. I mean, could have been invaders, but it does look like humanoids of some type at one point came into this room, and they did not fare well. There are at least 4, or at least the pieces of 4 bodies scattered amongst the things in this room. And there also are kind of bits of wood and broken, looks like could have been broken tables and things like that are kind of smashed and left around in the room. Standing there at the doorway as Nihilus walks in and Krius right behind him. What do you do? And of course, it's like you can see that the room is about 40 by 30 feet wide, but then there's a little alcove that dips at the back around it and goes in another another 5 feet and is about 10 feet wide. Again, these kind of domed arch ceilings, overall pretty dark and plain. That's what you see.
So Kreese is gonna kneel down and he picks up a hand and he goes, Nihilus, you may want to see this. And as he reaches down for the skeleton hand, he goes, look, a helping hand for us. And he just tosses it and he goes, and he walks over to where that alcove is.
While they're investigating, Ida's gonna go take a look at the big old statue and just sort of think to herself. She's gonna try and see if she can get a hold of someone. Sort of look at the statue to see if you can try and trace a lead.
Quake and Garrick, what are you doing right now? And even Ellen as well. I'd like to kind of know what you guys are up to.
Quake, he's kind of bringing up the rear, and he has a bunch of different colored pebbles in his hand. They look almost like they almost look like Tic Tac or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he's just kind of a little panicky. He's thinking takes one, and it's like jasper, nothing; quartz, nothing; andesite, nothing. I think I paid a horrible price for this protection.
Now you do know that you could try at least to wipe it off and see if if you don't want the protection. But right now you are wearing it, and its effects are in effect. Yeah, as going back to Prius, who is just walking around the room, kind of to see if you can see. And you notice that just around Prius, what you start to notice is, even without making any checks, find a couple copper pieces here, a couple pieces over here. There seems to be more leading towards the back of the room. And you see what appear to be, even like on the person of the men who are dead, they seem to have had like sacks where they could have been raiders. There's definitely gold in there, but it's most of it's gone. But there's a few scattered coins. If you decide to like walk around and collect them, it might end up being like 50 worth of gold. But it's not even gold. It's mostly copper and silver pieces. As you are standing towards the rear of the room, before you even get to the alcove, suddenly some of the wood, the pieces and the chairs that are still there, some of the old furniture, one of them moves, and then you kind of look back at Nihilus, and Nihilus is like, "Did you do that?" And he's like, "You're like, no." And then the chair starts to levitate, and the pieces of boards begin to levitate, and they start to move and lift up off the ground, and you hear this like this breathing in the room, as though something's there that you can't see. And suddenly all of that like furniture and pieces start whipping around the room, and just moving like flying around you, like something out of a poltergeist movie. What do you do?
He's going to run back towards that door where Nihilus was.
Yeah, fully leaving. What is that? That's not what we're looking for.
So as you begin to run back towards the door to try to get out of this room, with all of this stuff, and it's almost like a low wind is moving, some spectral energy moving all of these pieces around. You try to run back, and a chair just goes flying towards Krius, as though to smack him. I need a check from you, Krius.
Deck save?
Not a deck save, actually. I need you to give me a strength check, and it's not even a save. I just need to give me a strength check.
13.
Okay. And so as you're kind of running towards the door, you see like a face kind of materializes, like a humanoid face. You can't tell if it's male or female. And then it goes, and then it becomes extremely grotesque. Its mouth drops down very low, and it causes you to pause for a second. And then you feel something pick you up. And Nihilus, you watch as Krius gets picked up off the ground 30 feet and then just dropped. You will take 3d6 falling damage. 11 falling damage. Bludgeoning as you slam against the ground. Not much, but as he does, still trying to get out of the room, roll initiative. So you can leave.
And everybody, or just the two of us?
Everyone will still roll initiative, whether they go in there or not. For now, because you hear your friends, you can tell something's happening. Even Ida knows something is going.
Stupidly high. Okay, 20.
Nice. she snaps out of it very, very quick there.
Yeah, no, she hears she's sort of thinking to herself, just sort of staring at the statue, trying to figure out something, and she hears this. Well, I guess everyone else should roll first before we decide turn order.
No, you're fine. The way I do it is usually I do it by D&D Beyond, so I'll ask you based on the way they list you guys. So, that's not right. Give me 1 second. I need to change up something here.
Just begin. I'm already on my ass.
Yeah.
I know, right? So you are prone. Come on.
Did we happen to take a short rest at the end of last episode? I don't remember or not.
You did not. I don't think you did.
Yeah, I don't think we
But
did.
I don't
either.
think.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think.
No.
You did.
No.
Do you know how long it's been since that fight with the skulls?
You guys walked. It was less than an hour. I think there might have been like an hour had fully passed
Yeah.
of relaxing with Strahd, but did you guys want to use the Strahd conversation? I will allow it as a short rest.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. I mean, it hurts Nihilus to take a short rest right now, but I mean, it's up to you guys.
I don't need it.
I could use it to
I'm golden.
Yeah,
I mean-
it didn't seem like a lot of you were hurt, so I don't recall, but I will
Yeah.
allow that because I didn't review that, so I don't know how much time.
Yeah,
believe
I just have
hour.
I cast a spell that's concentration for 8 hours,
Okay.
and I'm just trying to figure out how long it's been since that fight.
You cast it in that. You cast it in the. Oh, then you've got plenty of time because it wasn't more than 8 hours. It definitely was like it was less than
Okay.
an hour.
Yeah,
Maybe
my
you
hex,
guys
as
spent like
long
an
as
hour
I don't
and a
cast
half.
another concentration spell while we're walking, I
Yeah.
keep it for 8 hours. So
You guys did look around a bit, so I imagine like you walked around. So let's say you guys also went in that other room. So it's probably been from you had the fight that was like a 5-minute fight, and then you were walking around. You met that guy. You killed the guy or the mage who was looking for his master. That's probably, let's say, all in all, your exploration is another hour, and then you spent at least you drinking with Strahd, right? So you spent at least an hour with Strahd. It's been like 3 hours.
okay, just let me know when it's fair, when you feel like it drops, and I'll take it. But yeah, I should
And,
have
I mean,
5
I
more
was-
hours.
I was at full health until now, so
Mhm.
That short rest it gets my channel divinity back, which would be nice.
Ellen, what'd you get?
Oh, I had 15.
15. Nihilus?
Now it's got a 5.
So he's surprised by the spiritual activity in the room. Ida? Oh, 20 you said, right?
I got a 20. I was super surprised about this.
Nice.
I roll.
Whips around. Garrick?
15 as well.
Okay.
One of the lowest initiatives go first.
I feel like this game has been like, once you guys have entered the timbre, it's been like walk in a room, fight. It's just, Krius?
7.
Oh, Lord. Quake?
14.
14?
Well,
Okay.
maybe our friends will save us, Krius. Who knows?
Okay. All right. So
I hope so.
I'm going to go ahead and share the board. Give me 1 second to set it up here.
The 2 of us are definitely going last.
Hey, for once, I'm going before you, though.
It's true. Yeah, I switched out die because I think Nihilus is going through moral dilemma, so I'm using my morality die, and that die rolls like crap. So we shall see how this day goes.
Colin, do you want to go before me or after me? 'Cause we both got 15s.
Why don't you go ahead first?
All right.
Ida, you're like right here. We'll put you here because you're looking at the statue.
She was looking at the statue, just sort of.
Does anybody want to contest where I have them standing?
I'm good.
Yeah, no, it's about right. Right by the door, not really actually going in and just waiting for my friend to check everything out. Yeah, it sounds about right.
These are literally to represent the shit that's flying around the room right now.
Great.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Do I still have eyes on that ghost face, or did I never see it? Was it only Krius?
Oh no, just Kriya saw it for just a quick second and then it was gone.
Got it. So now let's just see his flying nonsense.
Not flying nonsense. So yeah, but you can see, and they're kind of like all just spinning around the room. At that moment, it is Ida's turn.
So Ida, hearing this loud banging, so during that time in the investigation, did she ever get in contact with anyone? Did it respond to her or anything? Or
No. I mean, actually, why don't you give me? Was she? It sounds like she was. Was she investigating? Was she? What was she doing? Tell me, roleplay what she was doing in that moment.
she was basically trying to chase down the thing she heard. Basically, sort of look into the statue, just sort of diving into a mental landscape to try and track down what exactly just contacted her.
Okay. Give me it's not really insight. I'm gonna actually just make it like a wisdom check. Just give me a straight wisdom.
All right, wisdom. Ooh, I gotta. Let's see here. Wisdom +3. I should do it normal. 18.
Okay. It seems like the voice came deep from within, telling her to go north. but what that exact means, she did not get any further instructions. She doesn't feel guided in any necessary understanding, but she does know that. I will say that based on you being well, you guided your entire party through the swamp, so you do know north versus south. So the direction the party is headed, like this, would be north if we're looking at roll 20. Top of the map, it's just like it was. Top of the map is northwest, east, south. Um,
Gee, that's wonderful. You tell me something, yet you don't even bother to respond. How rude.
uh,
What the hell is going on in there? She's gonna walk over to the doorway, look at Nihilus and the rest. The hell is going on in there?
Dropped once more.
Oy.
So what I will tell you is, Ida, as you arrive, and I both to Nihilus, anyone standing in Ellen standing in the doorway. I mean, anyone that could really see from that way. Game wise, without metagaming, these are creatures that can be attacked. For the sake of being fair, so you could try to attack one of these flying chairs, right, or whatever is there. Um,
Yeah, Creed. Ida sees the floating chairs. Is it just me, or are the chairs floating? Whatever the case, this is going to get messy. Alrighty then, let us try something. She has no
and
idea.
you're running out of seconds.
God. Okay, she's just gonna watch. She has no idea what the hell she's trying to hit. So if anything, she's gonna observe until she sees some form of movement.
Fair enough. She can set a reaction if she like. Otherwise, we will move to.
Setting up a reaction, basically.
What will that reaction be specifically?
A sacred flame when she sees something like a ghost or something. I guess I know it's a ghost, but she doesn't. When she sees some form of like movement or like sign of the creature, she'll blast a sacred flame at it.
Okay, now remember, these things are flying around. They're moving. So is she just shooting at one of them when they move towards a party, or if
When
one of the chairs move towards?
Movement. As far as she can tell, she just hears furniture flying.
Okay, she just okay.
As she knows, all of a sudden the furniture's flying.
Got it.
She has
Ellen, you are up.
Oh, okay. I think we said Troy was going to go because we had the same
Oh.
initiative.
Yeah, we both have 15.
Oh, I see.
If it's less confusing,
Got
I
it.
can go. But whatever.
No, that's fine. Garrett, go. Just remind me that the way it ran it, D&D Beyond ran it. You got to just remember to flip it for me. Garrett.
He's going to use his 40-foot speed and go to the one furthest in the corner if he can.
Over here.
Yeah,
Okay. Yep.
killed it. See,
Done.
new chair, son of a bitch.
Unless you have, and so you will. So yeah, go ahead and make an attack. It will be with disadvantage.
Bonus action, he's going to rage,
Okay.
and
So that you're just trying to do that to cancel it, so to make it a regular action.
well, my bonus action's rage, and he's going to reckless attack to just cancel out the disadvantage.
Okay.
But that gives you advantage on all hits on me. So that's a 30-20.
Okay. And that you will hit. Go ahead and give me your damage.
Uh, 20 damage on the first attack,
Okay.
and one more attack at reckless again. Cancel out disadvantage. Yeah, that's higher. It's 23.
23. Okay, that hits.
And that crap damage. A 12.
12 total damage.
Yep.
Okay. So as Garrett, this behemoth of giant that he is, just goes rushing in with this axe, wham, swinging it at the floating chair. He misses the chair, but he seems to swing it and hit like the spectral space that's there. And that first cut, is extremely strong, and you're able to see the spectral energy almost manifest in front of him, and seems to be floating there like this purplish, figure. And as it kind of like winces from the strike, he strikes it again, and as he hits it, it then disappears and it goes back invisible. For the sake of game, it's still there, but it's invisible, which is why the attacks are a disadvantage.
For the record,
And it's not like an invisible spell. When it attacks, it does not
Yeah.
reveal itself. It's invisible all the time.
Yeah, Ada's reaction should have went off when that showed up.
Ada spies it, so when that second thing hits, when she sees that energy, she's firing her sacred.
All right, Sacred, give me your Sacred
this
Flame.
is gonna suck.
It's a deck save from you.
Oh, deck save. Yeah, forgot. So,
Yeah.
and for my save,
You make a 14 dex.
21.
Yeah, you made it. Half damage. Do you round up or round down?
No damage. It's a
No
cantrip.
damage.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So Ada just sort of ponders.
So you hurl the Sacred Flame, and Garrick's kind of in the way, and you kind of hurl the flame around him, and it misses the spectral creature, and it burns the chair into splinters the wood and blackens it and falls to the ground, but the creature is still there, for all intents and purposes, flying around the room in front of
Interesting. Ghosts.
Damn invisible bastards.
I guess now we find. Surprised we haven't encountered ghosts before.
Ellen, you are up.
Scarecrows, which is.
Is there? I would have seen the spectral figure too, right?
You can see. So here's the thing: it's invisible. So that miniature is there, but it's invisible. So you can attack it. It's just a disadvantage. So you can kind of feel the energy in the area that it is. It's almost like that face that materialized in front of Creus. You can see it in in shifts. Unlike when you guys have come across specters in the past, they're like always there. Like you can see the ghosts in front of your eyes. This thing is shifting and constantly moving to the point where it's heavily obscured. And
I would go with my first instinct and want to just get out of this room. So I'm actually going to use my movement to get up to Creus.
Okay.
And help him up. I think we just need to leave this room. There's nothing here we want.
If you use your action, I'll allow you to help him to his feet.
That's what I want to do.
Okay.
I appreciate that, Ellen.
That's all I got.
Because Ellen is getting Creus. Come on, get up, get up.
I think we should just leave. This room.
So Ellen calls out, "We need to leave." As he says that, now Garrick, you feel like you've done a lot of damage to this thing, so you feel like it, but you don't know. And then from there we go to Garrick's already gone, so we go to Quake. Quake, you're standing right outside the room. You see everything that's happening. You're right here. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I guess Quake. He's going to cast Firebolt at one of the floating chairs.
Yep, that's a ranged attack, correct?
Yeah.
Yep, it's going to be a disadvantage.
Okay, and so that would be a D20.
D20 plus your spell casting on your sorcerer.
You're gonna roll 2 D20s, and you're gonna take the lower of the 2.
Take the lower.
Okay.
But then do you know what your spell casting modifier is? I'm looking it up right now. But what you would add to that?
4.
Okay.
Yeah, 4. I got 16.
You got 16 is the lowest?
Yeah.
Okay. 16 will hit. And so as you hit it with the fire, go ahead and roll your damage. As the closest one does materialize, you can kind of see it as the firebolt slams into it. The spirit is holding the chair, the piece of furniture that it's about to launch.
I got 6 and 7.
Wait, 6 and 7.
Yeah.
What's the damage on your? What's the damage on Firebolt? What?
It's 2d10, so
2d10?
he's
So
telling
then
you it's
add,
13. Yeah.
guys, so it's 13.
Oh,
13.
oh, so yeah, you add them together. I
You
thought
want
you
to
meant
add them?
separate.
You want to add them up? Yep. So
Oh,
13.
okay. Yeah. 13.
Okay, that's what I thought of, but I wanted to make sure I wanted to kind of like make sure you. Okay, cool. So 13. So it's 13 Firebolt magic damage slams into this creature, takes it fully. Literally drops the chair, so the chair smashes to the ground, but you can see the specter flying about 35 feet up, and it's like towards the ceiling of the room. Remember, they're like 40-foot ceiling, so it's right up there more towards the ceiling. The other one that Garrick hit was hovering very close to the ground, so you did hit it, and it has taken that damage. As we move from Quake, suddenly the poltergeist that this one will take a disengage action from Garrick and just fly up.
Sentinel.
Okay.
Yeah, disengage doesn't work on Garrick.
Go for
I
it.
keep things right in front of me. I'm sorry, Malcolm.
All right, still disadvantage.
I have to reckless to cancel out the disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah, he's reckless for all attacks for this turn, including reactions.
24 to hit.
Okay, that will hit.
Nice.
My God, I had one good hit. Jesus. All right, that's 12.
What's wrong? Okay.
I don't know what the hell this thing is, but it's staying in front of my face.
Did you give me the damage?
It's only 12.
Oh, it's dead. That's enough to kill it. Even so,
okay.
Even with
Cool.
even with it halved. So as you slice you see the creature like screams out, and you can see like its spectral force kind of flying up towards the ceiling, slashed like through its chest as it starts to kind of break apart in these ethereal kind of particles, like almost like Ghostbusters, like losing itself. Not to channel the energy right off of Jason's last game, but it's why we're talking about this. So this thing begins to dissipate and die away. And in that moment, Garrick, what it looks like is when you walked in that room, you rushed in, actually Chris would probably be the one to notice this since he was the one more really filling out the room. That ghost, as it's dying, kind of looks like one of the the armored characters that was on the floor, like a soldier. And it screams out, and has a long stretched face, and blows away, disappears. Now the other three you still, or whatever else is in the room, you still can't see. But what is happening here? Who was that going to? So you killed it. Oh, it's then their turn. So then suddenly, one by one, you see all of a piece of furniture comes together, and three of them hover over the center of the room, coming together, and they kind of break apart, and the pieces off of the legs of the chairs are all broken, and they look like missiles, and they just rain down on Garrick. 16, 18, and a nat 20 before I add the strikes, which would make them a little bit higher. What's your AC?
If they have more than a +2, they all hit.
Okay, so yeah, they all hit. So they go raining down one at a time. I know you're probably resistant to these probably bludgeoning damage that they're going to be dishing out. Only one of those will be doubled. Let me look at that really quickly here. All right, so each one of them is 3d6 damage.
Out of a patch.
So 4 on the first one because you're resistant, right, to bludgeoning. Yes. So 4 on the first one. What I'm doing is the damage I'm giving you is already cut in half. I'm just gonna cut it in half for you. Second one. So another 4 again on the second one, and then this will be the critical one. Uh, 10 on that one. So 18 total bludgeoning
That was
damage.
a nice hit. That was a nice
Yeah.
hit.
So just like they focus all their and
Yeah.
for a moment you can see so and as they do it, they kind of channel their energy as they toss the the shit at Gear. I actually hit his miniature. That was great.
Shit.
Like
I know you hate my characters, but damn.
Nice shot.
yeah. And as they're tossing this stuff, what you can see is for a moment they reveal themselves before they go back to being invisible. So you see that there are 3 of them as he gets hit. It is now Krios' turn.
So for that split second, was that enough time for him to cast Hunter's Mark on one?
It's your turn, so yes, you should be able to cast. What do you mean before? Oh, you mean beforehand?
Yeah, some of our stuff
Yes.
has to be on something we can see. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I will say no.
Okay.
Because I'm more so doing that for fluff. They literally are invisible, so it's happening so fast you can't even get the spell off quick enough to kind of lock on them.
Okay. And so there's no more furniture left that we are seeing. It's just that was the end of it, correct?
Yes, they have thrown all of the bits of furniture.
Okay. Then Kreese is just gonna tell Ellen and Garrick, like, we might as well back out. There's probably not anything in here.
That's what I'm saying.
So then he'll retreat towards the door where Nihilus is.
it's just like go. Yeah, past Nihilus. There we go.
You run out of the room, right? So you were 5, 10. Yeah, so you're past the camera, right? So right there, off screen. So Nihilus darts out. Ellen's gonna be right behind him, I expect. Then it's Nihilus' turn, standing there watching these. And you can now, since the stuff's not floating around them, you can just feel that negative energy in the room.
Eric, we are running. That was okay. Darn it. Roll the nat 20 on disadvantage. And that's a 19 and a 21 on disadvantage
Okay.
for my Eldritch Blast.
Okay, so you're firing the Eldritch Blast. So 19.
I am firing. Yeah, the 20. So 19. Okay, yeah. So
19 was the
hit.
lowest one, right? That hits.
Yeah, so that's 22 damage, just firing over my shoulder as I'm running. I'm running out.
Yeah, and
Firing as I go.
A second one was hit, right? No, yeah. Did anybody hit you? No, Garrett killed the first one. I'm just making sure I'm not making any mistakes. The second one, so this one, what's the damage on it? You hit one of them.
Oh, I can give them separately. The first one was a 14 damage.
Okay.
And the second one was 8 damage.
Okay, so I'll take.
I'm sorry, the second one was 7 damage.
And so you're like, it's almost like you just blasted. I'll just blast out of boom, and literally randomly, you see boom, it slams against something, and it kind of shocks, and you can see the figure of the man floating above his body on the ground, and he bow, and he like blasts away, and a bit of a little orb kind of sinks down and goes inside of the corpse. Is gone.
Nihilus sees none of that. Nihilus is gone. Nihilus is completely out of the.
Nihilus moves out of the room. As we move away from Nihilus, that is literally the end of that first round. So, kicking off again, Ida, you are standing there in the doorway. Everyone is backtracking past you as you just arrived. Like, what's going on? You fired your sacred blast. You see Ellen turned towards you, ready to go. Garrick is probably, I imagine, one is still just with his axe, like, who wants some more?
Garrick.
Problem for you.
Ida, what would you like to do?
Take a spirit that dare mock me in my presence. She is going to step into the room and then use Channel Divinity to cast Turn Undead. She had a short.
Okay.
He's able to use one of them. So yeah, she's gonna do.
I have to make a wisdom save, correct?
It is. Yeah, wisdom save.
Okay. Check.
Be gone, spirit of the dead. Mock me in my presence.
That will. You're doing on because Channel Divinity works on any of them within a certain range, right?
Yeah, it says 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay.
Here,
Um,
within 30 feet of me.
okay. And so they will fail that. I know because they rolled a 7. um, and so you feel the presence kind of slowly ease up. You can't see the figures, but they everything kind of they kind of hiss, and the energy moves towards the back of the room. Um, and then it feels like it lifts, almost like it looks like it feels like it's trying to actually it's trying to escape the room, but it can't. And so for a moment, it feels like it's lifted, and so then you feel that while they're invisible, that presence is just simply just running away, but it's turned away from you, but it's still just back here. Um, so you still feel that they're there, but they're farther away. So your turn in dead has worked. Uh, what if you would like to do anything else? Then it would move to Ellen.
She's already used her movement,
You
so
literally only
for
move
now
like 5 feet, bro. If you want to move back, you can.
Yeah, you can move easily.
she'll just tell the others. She'll just point out where they are. They're back there in the corner, but for some odd reason they can escape. I've done what I can, Garrick. I swear to God, do not damage them, you fools. Now is our chance to run.
Okay.
You,
I'm
Garrick.
kind of mighty for someone that has a raging barbarian right now.
So you're moving out of the room, correct, Ida?
Yeah, she steps out
Okay.
the room.
All right. It is Ellen's turn.
Once again, it should be Garrick.
Oh, Garrick. Yes.
Yeah.
Garrick, go ahead.
Ellen, please, for the love of God, beg this man to leave before it's your turn.
He approaches the no. He's gonna, in a pissy ass manner, like, pick up Ellen and walk out.
Okay. So Ellen being pretty light enough, I won't make it a huge deal. And as he moves out, crossing the threshold with Ida moving away from them, eventually as that minute goes by, as you guys are kind of standing out, those creatures start to feel that presence rushing towards the doorway, but it seems to stop and just kind of hover there.
She just smiles pretty like, oh, that's cute. You think you can attack me? No, it appears you are bound to this room. Why, but I do suggest for everyone else, do not step foot in this room. While they cannot attack you outside, they most certainly can inside.
Now it's just ignoring her monologuing, moving over to Garrick and say, "Don't worry, big guy. You killed the chair. Calm down. We're ready."
Prius is like moving his arm on the raging barbarian's like bicep and just being like, "You did good. You smashed the hell out of the chair."
Now then, does anyone care to explain to me why exactly you're fighting ghosts in there?
There's no room for explanations. We need to move. We're on a time limit.
Next room.
Chris, how are you feeling?
Can I get an insight check from Prius and Ellen and I'm gonna say Ellen because Prius was the first to enter the room. Ellen was the last to leave the room.
That's a 14 for me.
Okay. How about Prius?
12.
Okay. I was looking for a 15, so I won't. But I'll say just the closest thing I can give to any answers to what that question that Ida just asked is that just from both of your observations, whoever these humans were, it seems that their bittered spirits haunt this room. That you can at least attest. Whatever they came to that room for, you don't know.
Well, it appears we do not need anything in that room, so let us just go.
So the locked door.
Does anybody have any skill unlocking doors? Or should we use Garrick, our ultimate locksmith?
And feel free to consult Roll20 if that gives you a better feel, like, you know, what you're when in terms of looking at all the doors around you, because I know it's easy to just go, okay, I can
Yeah.
see this door. That's
Well,
the
it's
door.
the door. We have the two archways to the side and
Yeah.
the locked doors on the other side
Yeah,
of the room.
because you guys have a lot of options. There's two huge open hallways. There's a
Unfortunately,
double
you
door
have run into
here.
a SWAT team, Malcolm. We check door by door. Unless you're going to
That's
give
fine.
us like a sound we heard, we
Yep.
are checking door by door. 'Cause that's our
Preaching.
nature.
Fair enough.
Bro.
Door by door
What?
is fine.
I'm going by clues too because Ida got the clue that we're supposed to go north. I mean,
That's true.
the broken door was north. The locked door is also north.
This is true.
Snake, guys. Snake. Go forward.
But, I can't help with a locked door, but
Yeah, so it's
I
either
think that giant
Garrick
axe could.
or... Yeah, Krius, do you have any skills in that? If not, Garrick, I'm pretty sure you know how to open a door.
Second. I'm changing the damn dice.
Ada, does your shady-ass character have any history in unlocking doors? No?
Nope.
Okay.
Had any interest in lock picking, but she can.
Benji, were there doors where you grew up?
You guys are walking over to this door, right? We're standing in front of that door. If I'm sharing, I know where we're at, so we're just boom. So we're over here.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're walking over that door and
Moving
asking
side
Garrick to open it.
I suggest the barbarian goes in. If the other room's any indication, not all these rooms are safe.
It would do you well to assume that none of these rooms are safe.
Just hope there's not any cursed souls in there or something.
Whatever it is, we'll take care of it and we'll get the job done. It's all we can do at this point.
Hmm.
Unless you want to go back and tell Strahd while we decide to run away.
No, you're right. That is not a request for us to run away. I do agree. We should check this place thoroughly. Maybe even get some other useful things out of this place besides what we're after.
As they're talking, Garrick just kicks the door in with a 22.
As Garrick is going to do that, can everyone give me a
Say it.
charisma check?
Oh,
Now we're trying to move your story forward. You're gonna scare us again. We're not gonna do nothing. Spend 2 hours checking every nook and cranny.
Charisma.
3!
Is it a check or a
Yeah,
save?
and I would like the lowest of the rolls, not the highest.
Hey, I got a
Uh,
charisma.
so it's
Me.
21 from Nihilus, but I guess that doesn't count. So we're just gonna walk away.
13.
17.
Okay. Anything lower than
Seems kind
17?
of charming.
Lowest roll? No. What you got, Benji? Or
I got
Quinn?
19.
19. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I
So a
got
bunch of high checks. And who got the 17? Was that Shay? Was that Ida?
I had the 17, but
Oh.
Ida got a 3.
Oh, so it's Ida.
Yeah, that's me.
Please tell me I get to kill him.
All that preaching, you went and got a 3.
So Ida, that statue, that amber statue in the corner, that's half. It is half of its face is broken, and one of the arms is gone, and it seems to be a wizard holding up, in one hand, a staff. It looks like on the ground, it was in the other arm. It was holding a book, like an open book. That book is shattered into blocked pieces, and the half of the eye. You swear for a second when you look over there that the eye is a real eyeball in the amber socket, kind of looking over at, like, the one eye that's there seems to be looking at you. But when you and you hear a whisper say, "Glad to lose your soul," and then when you kind of snap out of it, Ida, it's just a statue. The eye is not even a socket. It's literally just carved that way. So clearly you seem to be tripping, but that's what you saw. And then there's a boom as Garrick is kicking in the door. With the kick of the door, give me 1 second.
Why do we roll
Because,
high
hey-
on the one save we're not supposed to save on?
So it seems like by kicking in the door, you are not attacking. It sounds like you're doing a strength. So I'm gonna have you give me a Garrick. Going to give me a strength check against the door.
Oh, okay. So
I will say this. Oh, there was a charisma check, and that's why. Yeah. So there's nothing in from the high checks.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
you just see Ada's face get all scrunched. She looks very troubled by this.
Can Nihilus also kick the door to give Garrick advantage?
Not at the moment. Garrick was already in the mud. I doubt.
Yeah,
That's a
Nihilus is not a
19.
door kicker.
Yeah. I can't.
Just a strength check, right? Not athletics or anything. Just
It's just
straight.
it's a strength check.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's 19.
19. So what's crazy is just how strong this door is. Like, and what's funny is it like your foot leaves like a barely a dent in the amber, like whatever the pattern on the bottom of your boot is kind of left in there. But even you're not, whether you're the wisest or that door was strong. That door gave you a good kickback. That said, you do understand. You feel like if you keep going, you could eventually get it, or you feel like you could even attack it, Garrick. But it's not going to be as easy as you initially thought.
Got time, buddy. Go ahead and do what you got to do.
Okay, he's going to take his great axe to it now.
All right. So as he begins to hack into it, okay. Just give me one. Go ahead and give me your attack against the door. It's advantage because it's stationary, of course. So go ahead and do your best.
Okay, that's 24 to hit.
Just slamming into the door, Garrick here.
Just when Garrick's chopping down this door, Ida's gonna voice up concern. Did anyone else just see an eye out of that statue to her right? Or was it just me? Freaking swear if I got
I would have said something, but
I freaking swear if I got cursed by this place, I'm going to be
If you're scared of it, shoot it. If it's not moving, leave it alone.
When I toggle like this, can you still hear music sound?
yeah.
Okay, just making
Yes.
sure that that's still working and not kicking. Okay, continue.
It's amber. Burn it.
Yeah. Let's go with the shoot first policy around here. This is not the type of place to think and ask questions. If it moves, kill it.
Alrighty then.
Looks at you funny.
What did you get a damage wise?
20.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
But you hack into the door. I'm not even gonna make you make any more checks, but you realize that first huge hit, you do that good amount of 20, whatever that looks like when you've chopped a log or halfway through a tree, it splinters the door, and you realize another 2 or 3 good chops, and this thing is gonna buckle, right? It's gonna cave. So do you continue? Is all my only question to Garrick.
Looks at the party with like a baseball swing, like
It's okay, Big Bang. Get it all out.
here.
swing
What
away.
takes the second swing? Ida's gonna walk up to him and cast guidance on him. One ability check.
He's not even gonna have to make any rolls anymore. It's just, does he continue is always all. So he's gonna burst the door open eventually.
Yeah, just-
Malcolm asked that as if this is a bad idea and we should not be bringing
No,
that
I'm gonna ask
It-
everything in this place like that. That's gonna be a common theme, whether there's anything
you
in there.
said,
because
attack everything.
everything is a bad idea. I did say attack everything that looks or moves, not just everything. There was a qualifier there, Garrick.
Even the door.
He doesn't defer. He's like, attack everything. Cool.
Ida pipes up. Garrick, what? But after you bust down the door, you mind getting rid of that statue over there?
Just shoot it.
You kill the statue. That's your statue. You found the statue. You kill it.
Fine. Ida's fingers glowing. She basically points her finger, and for flavor, actually, it's sacred flame she's gonna cast on that statue. But for flavor, just imagine it kind of like a fire just shoots in her hand. Think of it like kind of like Frieza's death ray.
Okay, so she's what is she doing again?
She's doing a sacred flame. It's just fancy.
Oh, just on the door as well. So
no, on the
No,
statue.
on the
The
statue.
statue passes
Oh.
deck save, Malcolm.
it gets hit by the sacred flame. Give me your damage to the statue.
Did we kill the statue, Malcolm?
You kill the statue.
We killed the statue, Beta. Good job. It's dead
So-
now. Can't look at you.
The amber on the statue begins to melt. Ida, give me an insight check.
Just melted a corpse.
Wonderful.
Do you feel good about yourself, Ida?
16.
Nice. Strangely, in that moment, whether you tell anybody or not, Ida, you don't feel too good about that. You feel like a feeling of like if you ever had like the energy of protection or an amulet of protection, you just burn that. You just burn that. If you think about, all the statues of the wizards are the holders of the keepers of the peace here. They are the warners. They give you the omens, and you feel something lift in the air, and things become a little bit more dreaded for.
Yeah. You killed the bad statue. Do you feel better?
About that, I don't quite think it was.
Ada, they're statues. If they don't attack you, don't worry about it.
As this happened, as you guys are having this conversation, the door bursts open and splinters into a bunch of little like amber rocks. Garrick is standing there, so of course you can kind of see in the room. But Garrick, you standing there, what you can see in all of its kind of grandness is this a room in an exact kind of overall exact layout to the last room, 40-foot high, dome ceilings, all of that, down to a T. The difference about this room, though, same little alcove towards the back. The difference is that there are piles of treasure that are heaped against the west and the east walls of the stone room. You're talking about you should look over. There's a few gold pieces mixed in, and it's not like shiny gold, but it appears to be huge piles of copper pieces mixed with gemstones. One pile looks mostly silver. Another pile even looks like wooden coins, but it all has value. There's chalices and some cups mixed in there. Almost too much, whatever its value is, it's definitely almost too much to carry. You could grab what you could. And just to give you a little bit more flavor, just to share the room of what you see here. Garrick is standing there, and inside that room, you see all those heaping piles.
Right.
Treasure.
Time out, guys. This is my specialty. Let me go ahead and assess this situation. And Nihilus is going to give the room a nice little detect magic. We'll steal the gold on the way. We'll steal the gold on the way back. I just need to see what's in here. Detect magic time.
All right.
Is it
So
just like jewels and
that's 30 feet
money?
in around. So
okay. And so as Nihilus casts 30 feet in a radius. So where are you going to be when you cast it? Just right here?
He's going to start by the door. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So as he casts his detect magic,
Technically took him 10 minutes, but I mean, we don't have to role play the 10 minutes if you don't want to.
okay, then it's gonna count because within the first minute, as Nihilus is going through the motions of casting detect magic, about after a minute, the back wall starts to shimmer, like almost like a cloaking, an invisibility spell is rolling off of it. And from its feet to its toes, slowly but surely rolling up, there's a little raised section of stone that appears back here. And that is standing on it. And it stops Nihilus. Both Garrick and Nihilus are just kind of like, Nihilus probably would even just stop casting detect magic. And then the eyes go like bright, and the golem begins
Nihilus. I pushed Nihilus to.
I didn't do it.
No, you didn't do it. It was.
No, I'm getting you out of the line of sight.
Roll initiative.
Fuck.
Now you can. Now here's the thing. I'll save us time if everybody just says they're running, but that doesn't mean it might not keep coming after you. If you're running, then everything might just be role playing, like moving. I don't know if it's gonna leave that.
Can
room.
we just reach in and slowly try to close the broken doors and walk away?
The doors are busted. Those doors are not getting fixed. Unfortunately, he didn't do it. He did it the hard way. So now there is just 2 grand doors that are open.
Oh man, it's your gold. We got this. That's on you.
And is this so? Is it stone or is it also amber?
It is the creature is amber. It is a amber. So so here's the thing. I would imagine without making checks and all that, you realize one's gone, one's here. Fought one upstairs. This is the other one. This is the other room that's never been opened. There's all the treasure that's never been tampered with, and that's the amber golem that was probably searching upstairs for its shit back, or whatever. Roll initiative. Or actually, in the meantime, if you
No, we're leaving. We're
tell
leaving.
me where you're doing, and
No,
we'll
we're
go.
going. We are moving to the door, guys. East or west? Or we got to go north? Crap.
We need to. We should just burn this thing, melt it down.
Nihilus is
If we
running
don't,
either way.
it will
If you
follow.
want to fight,
Go ahead and
then
roll
we can
initiative.
fight.
It's still gonna be because either if you guys have to run to get away from it, it's gonna be initiative because it's gonna yeah. So
Ooh, 19. Nihilus runs fast when Nihilus is drink his coffee. Those ghosts woke him up. Apparently, this morality dice knows when it's time to. As long as I stay true to my character, it'll roll well for me.
give me 1 second.
Oh, guys.
I had
That's
an
why-
8.
I'm sorry, guys. This is maybe we keep opening every
14.
door, and it seems like it's gonna slowly kill us.
We're
Yeah.
like, I have a feeling every door we open, there's gonna be like something to fight.
But we have to find what's going. I don't know. I hate it so much.
Yeah, so then we need
This
my
is-
I'm
team
sorry,
room.
you guys are at that point. This is like like saying
no,
you guys are in
no, let me-
Ravenloft. You would be doing
credit
other
it.
parties in
No.
Ravenloft. This is what you would be doing.
Jason doesn't hate it. Nihilus hates this so much.
Yeah.
Nihilus just wants to grab the stupid gem and get out. Where's the gem?
Garrick, Garrick, you have a what do you call that? Dark vision.
Yes.
Okay. And that's up to 60 feet. So you would also see that back wall is right behind the creature. You notice as it's kind of coming to life and starting to move its grand sword, that there's an opening space. And if you look on roll 20, if I move you guys into the room, you can see, of course, here the piles of gold. You can see here as I move the amber golem appears, but you see this little crevice back here. There's like a 5-foot area that leads deeper. That's there as well. So it's like a little tunnel right behind the golem's.
Oh crap! I mean, if that's north, then we killed the golem.
Ellen, what'd you get?
You're playing with Garrick's emotions right now, man.
At 8.
It's okay, big guy. You can kill this one.
Not
What a fight.
Maybe you can even. Now let's got a 19.
18.
Maybe you can even take its sword.
Ida, what you got?
13.
13. Garrett?
I got a dirty 20.
Okay, nice. Chris?
14.
14. Did we Benji there? What'd you get? Quake, what'd you get?
9.
9. Nice. Sweet. Oh, and so it rolled very low on initiative, so it is like it's slowly awakening from its slumber to protect this room, and so it will go last at rolling a 5. So you can almost you can feel it's moving slowly. Garrick, you are up top. You are first as this is all happening here. Get a good angle on it. Garrett?
Raging and charging in and killing this dumb
Of course.
bitch.
All right.
Now this gave me the green light. Blame him.
As he rushes in, going for it. Full on attack mode here.
Amber Golem, go squish now.
Big monster.
And Kreis is going to yell to Garrick, if you can move it sideways, then perhaps we can rush in and occupy it.
All right, go ahead and make your attack.
Okay. Reckless. That's gonna hit natural 18 on the die plus my modifier.
You hit it. I mean, you guys are pretty freaking strong, so you know, some of these encounters are gonna mop the floor with creatures. It's just gonna be that way.
First attack damage is 21.
21. I mean, especially with Garrick. Jesus. All right. 21. So it will take half of that, just like the last one. I won't hide anything about this creature. It's the same structure, so it's resistant, of course. So you're hitting it, takes the damage, slowly pieces of amber starting to fall off of it.
Second attack.
Yep.
At reckless. Oh, you hate me, die.
So you know how it moves since you fought it before. AC is around 17 to hit it.
Answers my question. Thank you.
That's 26 to hit. So close to a natural 20. So damn close. Ooh, that's even better.
And it was how long? It's been about 10 minutes since we moved from room to room.
Really only about 5 minutes, because Jason was going, or I don't say Jason, but Nihilus was going to cast Detect Magic, but what basically was happening is there was an invisibility spell on the creature that disappears after 1 minute of opening the door. So when that 1 minute hit, while he was even doing that, it just woke up. You know, the invisibility.
See, I saved us. I did not break anything.
That's 26 for the second damage.
Hits. Yep.
No, damage.
Oh, damage. Okay, 26. Yeah. So it's going to take 13. So, I mean, of course, just watching Garrick do what he does best, wailing into the legs of this thing, you know, just hacking the leg on it like it's a large oak tree, slowly cutting through. As he's doing that,
I just got one thing. Could they get by me where I'm at? Because I was gonna like stay clear of the left side, so they have.
Yeah, you can move over this way. You can move.
I just want them to have like
a clear shot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know right now. Nihilus ain't going past that monster.
No, but Krius will.
All right.
I'm gonna let you know right now.
Nihilus sees this. It's like just like last time, guys. One more. He'll go ahead and purple balls of energy start spinning around his hand. He throws 2 of them at the creature. Both will hit, total of 30 damage, and he will back up right next to Ellen as he does it.
Creature takes the full 30. Boom! Blast into it. Chunks of amber go flying.
I'm sorry. Bonus action. He hexes it first, which is why it's a full 30.
Okay.
But yeah.
So he moves back. He hexes it. Yep, I'll get a hex on it at some point. Find that. Got that here. So as he's hexing it, it's then going to be Krius's turn.
There's no resistance to necrotic, right?
On the creature?
Yeah.
That I won't share. I mean,
well, because it would have the necrotic damage.
No, there's no resistance because that's why I said it took the full 30, right? So yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm tripping because your blasts are necrotic.
It's force and then necrotic, so there's a little.
Okay. There's a 1 part force. Got it. So yeah, it's not. So it's the full damage. You're right.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not trying to get more information.
I knew what you were doing.
Which piece?
I just realized. My bad. No, you're all good. Yep, full damage. So make it easy. Roll them both together. Yeah, you guys feel like if you fought this thing before, you know you can take it. If you got the upper hand, you can tell that it's moving slow. Krius.
So he's gonna try and run for that gap, and he's gonna have his double-bladed scimitar out just in case. So if he can make it to that gap,
and then what do you mean by the gap? Where do you mean the gap?
Sorry,
I know. I'll try to get closer. Where? Because that's you at 30. Since that's where I had you guys standing away from the door. So you'd have to dash to get closer.
So then he'll just do that if it's possible, and then on roll 20 where I'm pinging.
Let me Yep. Where you? What are you trying to? You're trying to dash. You want to dash to the gap. You want to go straight through.
Yeah.
Got it. Now with that, I will ask you, even with the dash, because this thing is coming to life, right? And this is all happening within six seconds. So for more dramatic reasons, I think it's fair to assess that this thing could be swinging by the time you get there, trying to, so just even though it's not going to hit you, why don't you give me an acrobatics check to make it through? And what I'll do is I'll do a strength check on the creature, and that will be whatever the strength check is what you need to beat. So go ahead and roll that.
21.
So, oh yeah, you blow it out of the water. So as it's still swinging, you're able to. You see a spot right between the legs. You can go right through his legs, and Garrick is still hacking away. So you end up. Give me a second here. So you're right there with another 30. That literally puts you right at the back of the room, going into the hall. And as you can see on roll 20, if you zoom in a little bit closer, what you do is you find yourself in it looks like a point where the natural wall cracked, and it cracked in two places. So it forks, as you can see, it forks around, but they seem to lead. And with your trying to assess, whether they lead to the same room, you don't know. Let's say it's easy to assess that here. But what way would you go? Would you just take the left or the right? Would it matter, or are you just standing there and waiting for your friends?
At this point, he knows that he's going to. He definitely knows Nihilus is not coming in until that thing is dead. So, probably the same thing with Ellen. So I think he's going to go to the left.
Okay. So right now he's out. He's all out of movement. So he's heading left. As this.
And so because he has the dark vision, is he able to view anything from where he's standing into the?
So the weird thing about to the left, even or to the, it kind of curves around. So what he can see is a pathway going down 5 feet, and he can see like the wall, but it shifts, it curves around. So it's like he just sees the wall in front of him. He knows he got to go around that section to see what's down there. Even where he's standing, though, if he looks down, looks down this way, the path is a little straighter. He can tell that there's a room down there. It's dark, right? Can't tell how big it is, and he doesn't really see, at least from where he's standing, what's on the floor or what's around him. But he knows there's a space about 10 feet away. Yeah. And we then move from Creus to Ida.
Alrighty. So, this golem, she can't see it, but has this thing moved yet?
Yeah, I mean, let's just say standing in the hall, you can hear that thing. You know what it is, right? Like you don't even have to make a check to know. Okay, we know what this sounds like. Easily, whether you shifted 5 feet over Ida, you'd see the thing. So what do you want to do?
Let's see here. How?
Oh, actually, you wouldn't because it's so dark. I forgot. But that said, it sounds like the golem.
Based on sound alone,
and you will get this, because unless you light, give yourself some light, you will get disadvantage on range.
I mean, your go-to move doesn't require a attack roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go-to move.
Does it require sight?
It says
Sacred Flame. I mean, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, you can cast it in an area.
I guess. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So okay. You're fine.
I mean, if you want, you can give yourself advantage on the deck save.
That'll be more fair.
All right. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. She's gonna cast Guiding Bolt on this thing. It doesn't necessarily say I've got to see it.
Okay.
It just
if you can't see it, it's gonna be disadvantage regardless.
Okay.
It's a game mechanic. It's not.
It's just a game mechanic, yeah. So you just got disadvantage on it. So you're just throwing Guiding Bolt into the darkness.
Yeah, based on sound alone, she's gonna check Guiding Bolt down there. Disadvantage. And that 8.
8?
Yeah, 8.
Okay. 8. Oh, so as if Garrick, you watch it for a second. That bolt lights up, a quick blast lights up the room, and it slams against the wall behind the creature, and it kind of like almost singes your nose how close Ada was to hitting you with that blast. Ada,
Just
is there
looks
anything
back.
Mother of Christ. Ugh. She's really not enjoying this. God damn Christ. She will step away from the doorway.
All right.
As she will, step away from the door and make sure she's out of line of sight from this thing. Does she know? And she's gonna go. Actually, she's gonna go right by the alcove where she melted that statue. She's probably figuring that this thing can probably bust down the wall.
Okay. So she's gonna. You said it's hide in the like you mean right here? She's moving to the
Yeah,
outside?
be like right.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
So you all see Ida kind of dip off into the shadows, feeling her way around in the dark. As we move to Quake. So Quake, here you are with this mark of Strahd on your head, starting to get acquainted with these group. What would you like to do?
I'm just going to I'm gonna run in the my full 30 feet, like just as far as I can,
Mm-hmm.
and then
30 is about right here. If that's where you want to be. Sorry, I'll push you in. So like overhead, you're about 10 feet away from the creature. You can back up. You can move to the side if you'd like. Just let me know if that's where you want to be.
yeah. I also want to. Can I still cast a spell?
Of course.
Okay. I'm gonna cast firebolt again. I'm gonna shoot it towards his face if I if I can.
Go ahead and make your firebolt attack.
Oh, I got 6.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, sorry, that was that was a D10. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna. You want to definitely want to roll a D20. The dodecahedron.
21.
21. That's a lot better. Much better. As your firebolt, so all these magic spells just kind of being hurled at this creature. There it is. It hits, slams into him. Go ahead and give me the damage for the firebolt, which was 2d10s, right? Add those together.
18.
Okay. The creature takes that full 18 as some more. As you can tell, you're like 2 pock marks areas of you kind of burn a blast area in its upper chest from the firebolt, melting some of the amber away. It takes it.
Yeah, and then as a bonus action, I'm gonna use Misty Step to kind of follow Krius down that wallway. That secret
Okay, the Misty Step allows you to move.
Yeah, so 30 feet.
30 feet. Yep. So that puts you right where Krius is. So you kind of like, what does your Misty Step look like? How would you describe the way? Do you kind of like turn to a puff of smoke? Do you just disappear and then reappear like teleportation?
Yeah, well, I mean, what comes to mind is like this whole, because
you like Dragon Ball Z style.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a transmission.
yeah. But yeah, I just imagine he kind of just kind of a quick disappear, like a blink of an eye, just boom boom.
Okay, so you appear over there. As you do, there, Quake, we then move to Ellen. If you are done with your turn, Ellen, you of course are just about 15 feet outside the room. More like 20, but here you and
Where
Nihilus
we
are.
belong, family.
Yeah, just sitting here having a conversation about like the fools inside.
Right, yeah. I'm going to go up to the door frame, but not through it,
Okay.
and wind up with a ray of frost at this thing.
Classic old Ray of Frost never fails.
It does fail sometimes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's going to be, what is that? That's a 13, which I don't think hits.
13 does not hit.
Yeah.
17. So the creature, and it's like almost as it's swinging, the Ray of Frost is slightly off where it would hit the top of the sword, which of course is made of amber. The sword is already swinging, and so it slams against the wall. Is there anything else Ellen does bonus action?
And I'm going to No bonus action, but I'm going to use more movement to duck behind, so I'm not visible.
Yep.
Just move 5 feet to one side.
It's not
So
going
stands by the
anywhere.
door. As it does, then the creature begins to make its attack with everyone kind of moving around it. The only visible option for destruction, of course, ahead of it is Garrick.
Damn right.
Even though, I mean, it's freaking strong. It makes its first attack on Garrick. Actually, give me 1 second.
At advantage.
Oh, yes, it does.
You want reckless against it?
When do I
Golly,
not?
Garrick. Call my day, bro. Like, it's not that serious.
Okay.
Garrick is just an auto reckless anytime he rages. Huh?
Yeah.
That's how you feel.
So 21 was
Yeah, that hits.
that attack. And then give me the damage. Give me a second to my damage.
He's Arnold doing Conan, swinging it.
Chrome lofts.
So 13 bludgeoning damage on the first hit. Of course, that's in half, so that'd be 6. So slamming, Garrick is like moving, barely being glanced by the blast of the amber that goes by. And then the creature kind of drops the sword. After it swings into the wall, then it tries to drop it down over his head with another strike at advantage. That one doing 23 and doing damage of... Oh, actually, I'm sorry. That first, what did I just say for damage? I said 6.
Yeah.
That would have been 6. That would have been 9 because I didn't add the modifier to the roll. Been 9 total damage for you. And then... So that would be 11. So 11, already halved. 11 would be the damage on the second strike, bludgeoning, because it was 22.
All right. I have a different reaction this time, boys and girls.
All right.
I'm going to do Stone's Endurance. I roll a
Look
d12
at
plus
this
my
guy.
con, and
Dude,
that reduces it. So, d12.
All right, go for it.
That's a whopping 5, because I rolled a fucking 2. So,
So you reduce that
It's
damage
only,
by
it was
5.
only 11 though, so
Not bad.
yeah, but
It's not bad, considering
your
that.
con modifier is only 1.
No, I rolled a 2. I get a plus
Oh.
3.
Golly, I thought you
So
rolled a 5.
No.
That's terrible. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, shit. But I only take 6.
Yeah, that's good.
The creature is attacking.
Elias.
We're on the round 2 up top, starting off with Garrett. So blow for blow, after this thing's just responded and hit you, what do you do?
That wasn't bad. And reckless. Natural 20.
Oh shit.
Get him.
That's why I reckless. That's why barbarians should just always reckless. Now watch the damage be bullshit.
Don't pull that in Nick's game.
All right, that's not bad. So that's 12 times 2, 24. 26. 31 damage on the first attack.
Jeez. And I'll take half of that. All right.
Reckless. That's cocked.
I mean, it's the same thing from the standpoint of destroying this thing. If anyone was around watching, the damage that you're doing to it is starting to weigh it down. You've slashed a huge gaping to the point where when it moves, that leg that you've been cutting into kind of buckles a little bit. So it's looking at like any moment it might topple over and just blast into pieces, but it's still there, still holding up. You know, if you were fighting the last creature, it's probably around, probably is like 40% to dead.
That's 19 to hit.
It's gonna hit.
20 damage.
20 damage, okay. And remember, the other one's sword was broken. This one was full intact, so it almost looks like it was a little buff. It was a little beefier, but it also was, sleep. The other one probably had been walking around and raging for a while. And you said that was 20 damage?
Yes.
20. All right, and that's okay. Taking it. As this is happening, so now the creature is slowing down, pieces are starting to fall off of it. This thing is meant to guard from, grave or robbers, tomb robbers, not anything of you guys' might. And we move to Nihilus.
All right. Now this is fully gearing up to throw another two
Yep.
Eldritch Blast at this guy.
I take it
as
he's doing
throwing
that side.
as he's throwing the first one, Garrick swings through and he sees he's in the path, so he just throws it up into the air. He's like, "Damn it, Garrick, duck!" And he moves around and throws the second one at him. Second one hits 20
Nice.
total damage, and then he ducks around the frame and copies his buddy Ellen.
Oh, you're a dick.
That Eldritch Blast buckles that knee, and the creature kind of falls forward and collapses, and it's down.
My
on
best die rolled a 2, man. I'm so mad at it right now.
Its movement has been seriously hindered, and so now it's literally just it's sitting there, but literally just swinging wildly, kind of back and forth.
You got this, team. And now this moves to the side of another space.
Right.
So
You got this.
You got this.
Pep talk.
Oh my gosh.
You can do it.
It is Krius' turn. You're there. You can continue on and deeper into the cavern, or to wherever that goes. I don't know what you want to do, Krius.
He's going to keep going deeper into that cavern.
Okay. So as he turns away, goes in. Second here. What I'll do. So, Chris, if you are looking on Roll20, you should see this oddly shaped room. As you rush in there, what you see is a vault, a space that is about like 25 by 30 feet wide in terms of length by width. And then there is a staircase at the northern end of the room that is spiraling up to another level, to like a second level, right? And this is all what you can immediately like decipher very quickly. There is that staircase is a golden marble staircase with black marble railings that's hugging that north wall, and it's spiraling up a good 30 feet to another shaft. Lying in the middle of the room are 6 wooden rectangular kind of rotting crates stacked around the room. And then what you see is that in these there's like 3 alcoves. In each of those alcoves, there are these 15-foot amber blocks of 5 foot wide, almost 10 foot wide, and 15 foot tall, like an amber block. And in the dark, you can't see much more in this turn, but that's what you see. Amber block in each of those 3 alcoves. What do you do?
He would probably stand and see what's in that first amber block to see if there's anything in there.
And as
Very cautiously.
And
he
as
already
your
has his sword drawn.
Sword is drawn, and as Krius is approaching it, it's almost like in Jurassic Park. Imagine a huge block, but they're the size of a mosquito. They're in this amber, and the amber almost glows in the dark. It doesn't glow, like it's not emitting enough light to like where everyone could see, but you could see it in the dark, right? It kind of some kind of energy emanates from inside of it, and it's maybe everything about 5 feet around it. And as Krius is approaching, the fuck, there is like the size of that mosquito. There's a little black orb inside of that amber. Give me a wisdom saving throw, Krius.
$15.
Okay. And so he suddenly it's almost like for 1 second he forgets that he's in a fight with his friends, and he's just kind of drawn to like almost like he wants to touch the amber. His hand is like inches from like, and he hears a voice say, "This power is yours. Life and power and strength, everlasting." And then he snaps out of it, and he's standing there as we move to whoever's next in the line. Ida. So Ida, you're in that little alcove.
Alright, Ida, clearly realizing this ain't gonna do much. Clearly realizing this ain't gonna do her much, just sticking in the alcove, is gonna go walk back and step into the room.
Okay.
So does she now have like a general idea of where exactly this golem is?
I mean, I imagine as dark as it is, maybe the glittering of the lights of all the blasts that are going off every time somebody does magic, she can kind of hear and pinpoint where they're fighting. Yes, it's just gonna be disadvantaged. So she can you still get disadvantage because of your sight. But yes, she can clearly attack.
Alright, I've learned better now. So let's see here. What exactly do I want to throw at this guy? Do I have any?
And like I said, there are sconces. If you guys tell me that you're lighting each room, then you could light these rooms eventually where there's enough visibility for Ada. If not, Ada's
Operate
still
in the
blind.
nights. We are the Fangs.
We are the fangs that flap in the night.
What? Let's get dangerous then. She's gonna cast Sacred Flame on this thing since I want to try hitting this guy with an actual attack roll. She's just gonna try and.
Yep. So then he gets. Okay.
Can't.
What'd you get?
Did you succeed? Sacred.
Yeah, it's because it's a save. So then if you can't see it, okay, then it's going to be 15.
Yeah, it succeeded. God damn it. This is where I really wish I had dark vision.
Just go heal people, Ada. Go heal.
Ida's flame lights up the room for a second and whizzes by, the creature kind of rolling off of the amber, singeing some of it, but not enough that's actually stealing life force from it. If she's not doing anything else, then we move to Quake. Quake, you're in that same passage. You've just seen, you've Misty stepped, and as you arrive through your step, you watched as Krius darted away from you into the darkness down a passage to the left. One goes to the right, one goes to the left. What do? You don't hear him. He's quiet, so you don't hear what he's doing in there.
So, can I still see the golem? He's still in.
Oh yes, you can. You're standing like right. You're standing. You're out of attack range. Well, actually, it says a reach of 5, so you are within attack range. But it seems to be paying all of its attention to Garrick.
Okay, I want to cast Earth Tremor underneath his where he's standing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me what the spell does, or what if is this test that I need to make, or is it it's not an attack roll, so it sounds like I need to make a roll.
Yeah, it's dexterity 12.
It's a 12.
Okay, dexterity 12. And from my standpoint, let's see what that is. I will fail that as the earth begins to shake. And also it makes complete sense because it's already lost a leg.
Derek, can you make that too?
Oh yeah, Garrick needs to make it.
Roll at 18.
All right, so Garrick
Plus my dex.
plants himself and just looks strong as this thing is shaking, and the creature's starting to kind of topple over. Give me the damage.
I have 13, and since it failed, he's knocked prone.
It's knocked prone. 13. Is it 13 bludgeoning?
Yeah, 13 bludgeoning.
Did you cast that second level, Garrick? Or Quake?
Yeah, I believe it was second level, yeah.
Okay.
And the sword shatters.
So flat, it
Yeah.
goes slamming down. The sword shatters into a ton of like amber pieces. The two fists that are still locked together are trying to move like on their elbows to pull itself up to try to swing at Garrick.
Garrick, you take 3, bro.
Yeah, it
Oh,
looks
yeah.
really weak
Yeah.
at this moment. Quake, after you've done that spell, are you moving or are you staying your ground, waiting for the rest of the party?
Yeah, I kind of just wanted to do that attack real quick before I try to chase after Kriya.
Okay, so you run into the room, and as you run into the room, you see this. I described that same room that you just heard before. This vault of a with these 40 foot high ceilings, kind of domed over, and there's Krius like standing in this 15 feet away from you, looking at this alcove of this huge, like almost block, like almost like if you've seen like a coffin-sized block of ice, 15 feet tall, that's not ice. I mean, it's amber and it's glowing from the inside, like shedding a eerie yellow glow. And inside of there, you can see him kind of reaching for that black spot. But then he snaps away and looks at you, kind of like, yeah, nothing happened. Like nothing's going on. We then move back to Ellen.
All right. If this thing is knocked prone, Ellen's going to kind of shake his head and rush forward. Can I make it all the way up to it?
5 feet, so 5, 10. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
All right. Because if it's prone, I am going to make a melee spell attack and use Shock and Grasp.
Go for it. You get advantage.
I do. 19?
19 will hit.
All right. We get that 2d8. That's 9 damage.
I'll take all that 9. So the thing is, like, as you grab it, starts to run this electricity through this thunder-like energy through the body. It starts to ripple and cause cracks. You start to splinter the areas of amber. It's still holding on, but it is losing life very quickly.
And I used all my movement to get there?
Yes, you did. You used exactly 30.
That's fair.
So it reaches up with its fist. And not to single out the sorcerer, I will make it random. 1 through 10 will be Garrick, as it's being its normal target. Actually, you just hit it. So 1 through 10 will be you. 11 through 20 will be Garrick. Garrick it is. You guys say that as the fist goes down. It makes its attack. 29 on Garrick. So that's
Did it get up first?
No, well, yes, it gets up.
Okay.
But the way I'm just playing it is like it's on like half a leg. It's holding one arm on the ground, and the way I'm like kind of playing is it's just lifting itself up like it's on a push up, and then just slamming its fist down. Right, the sword is going, and it's just doing that. So that will hit, and then it's doing.
Yeah, I just need to know if it was technically still prone or not.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I'll keep it prone. It's so weak, it's still prone. Okay. Wow, that was a terrible roll. Only 12 damage, so 6 damage on Garrick, as it clearly can't seem to find the shot. It rolled 3 2s on its like damage, so it slams down, and then with the arm that it's on, it pivots, brings that arm up, and then it just punches straight out, trying to punch either Garrick or Ellen. This time, Ellen. It says it punches through.
Oh,
fair enough.
Unfortunate for him.
Wow. 11 will not hit you, right?
It will
Good
not.
job, Mal. Good job, Mal.
I just
Garrick,
rolled
go ahead and do your thing.
I just rolled a 1. So
but you're gonna find the fun part of it right now.
Yeah, Garrick's reaction.
Yeah.
Signal.
No.
Reckless.
I know it's dead.
He's super broken, so if you attack someone other than him.
Sentinel game.
That's 26 to hit.
6. It slams into it.
Oh.
Damage. I know we've been playing for like 2 hours straight. I am gonna 5-minute break coming up soon.
20
Let's just
damage.
get through this. 20 damage. Okay. Actually, we probably planned because we had like 30 minutes of talking and shooting the shit, so probably still good. But we do have a break coming up for anybody that needs to, have that. So 21 slamming into it. You heard it, and it's barely alive, but still there. And Garrick, it's your turn. So why don't you kill this fucking thing?
Yep. Another
Do you think,
26.
G?
That's 18.
Hits.
Oh no, 26 to hit, 18 damage.
18 damage. Okay. Barely alive. I know the second attack's coming.
Yep. That's gonna be 18 to hit.
Gonna hit. All right. I think it's probably a wrap, unless you roll really low.
25.
You can't do it.
It's done.
Hey.
How do you? I mean, even though it's not a crit, just how do you finish this thing off?
I'm going to quarter it till it's just a head on like an entire body, and then cut the body in half.
Nice. Wham. And as he as it's kind of dropped down on both elbows, or you slice it directly through, and it buckles and breaks apart. And as it hits the ground, it shatters into a ton of amber pieces all over the floor. It is gone. Now, at this moment, there is a room there full of treasure, and then there are two of you that are in another room. We will briefly go back to role playing here.
Yeah.
You can
Alice is going to restart casting Detect Magic and tell people not to touch anything.
Yeah.
No touching.
So Detect Magic is being cast by Nihilus. He's asked everyone not to touch anything. What's happening in that other room with Creus and Quake? I'm just interested.
Creus really wants to touch the amber.
And I don't think Creus heard Nihilus say no. Because I think what Nihilus is saying is don't touch anything in the other room, right? Maybe, here's what I'll say. Like, I think maybe Quake heard Nihilus say don't touch anything. So he might tell, like, but and as you hear him say that, you hear Creus say Creus really wants to, inspect this. So what's that interaction between Quake and Creus right now?
Yeah, Quake is he's kind of gesturing over to Creus, just like kind of waving his finger, like don't do it.
This is what we came for.
Hey Mal, can you unpin the battle?
Can I do what? Unshare the battle? Yeah.
I would also
keeping you from seeing their faces.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I would also be casting message to Creus.
Okay.
Just to tell him, Creus, you should be careful about going ahead too far. There are really dangerous things here. Checking out this room. Just hold up.
It's the beauty of darkness in it.
Oh shit! I'm gonna run into the next room because he can reply to me.
Yeah. So you see, some of you see like Ellen like hastily moving through the treasure room, almost like slipping on a few like copper pieces scattered around the floor. I can imagine like some of the piles have been moved around. Anyone that's looking in this room without inspecting further while he's still casting Detect Magic, Nihilus is, you can tell there's a lot of pieces. So I'd say just from looking around, there's at least 17,000 pieces of copper. There's at least 12,000 pieces of silver, and there's at least 6,000 pieces of what's that? Electrium or what?
I like that thing that's like halfway in between for no reason.
Jeez, I hate it. And then there's a pile of other shit that's like all of these weighing, like there's another pile of shit that's like ingots and like a couple of chalices. They weigh about 2,500 pounds.
Yeah, now this would have walked into the middle of the room since it seems kind of okay before casting. But still telling people not to touch
and there's
anything.
jewelry and stuff in between all stuff. So there's like you could pick through this and find some really wonderful things.
No, they are picking through nothing because I told them not to touch anything.
Y'all better Jerry Rice over that stuff.
I will fully Eldritch Blast anyone who touches anything in my range.
Ellen, you arrive in the other room. You see Priya standing in front of this. Describe the room the same way. These three out, and so that's like the one that he's standing in front of is not the only one. There's one to the south, one to the west, and then the one he's standing in to the east. And then there's these crates stacked around the room that are just laying in the middle.
Yes, you're talking crazy. We need to You need to slow down and don't touch it yet.
But look at the darkness within, Ellen.
I'm going to look at it.
And he even moves aside, so like he's still holding his scimitar in one hand, and he's just moving away so he can see it.
And Krius, you are going to hear something. I got to find what you hear, but so keep role playing until I find it.
What is it that you found?
I don't know, but there should be 3 of them.
Well, this isn't. I mean, it may be powerful, but this isn't what we've been looking for. We're trying to find that gem.
And so inside, as he's talking to you inside, actually, to make it a little bit more fun, I'm going to send it to you in chat. Keep role playing. I'm going to send you what you're hearing from the amber.
This is an alien's mouth.
It might as well be for this because this is all serious stuff. So,
ugly mother.
Point, Ida's quite fed up with being in the dark, so her finger lights up. Just she's casting lights, and she's very fed up now with not being able to see in the dark. So her finger lights up. Imagine she sees the hallway, notices Nihilus. She'll leave Nihilus be, let him use detect magic, and she'll wander down
Touch
the
something,
stairs.
I'll kill you.
No, Ida's like, you do you. I'm gonna check down the stairs.
Ellen, this is what I've asked for. Just touch it.
That's a bad idea. We should at least let Nihilus look at it and see what magic is with it.
But after all, I mean, you do want out, don't you? What if I have the ability to do that?
You don't know what this thing does.
Strahd sent us here for a reason, right? And after all, none of you want to stay.
He sent us here for a jewel.
Yes, but everything's a bargaining chip with Strahd, and I help you all, then I can make sure you leave. Just a touch, just a bit.
You're not making sense. What good can touching this thing do?
If I told you I would have the power to allow you to leave.
It seems awfully convenient.
And he inches closer to the amber. Just a quick touch. That's all.
Back in the other room, what's Garrick doing? And maybe Quake. Ida's just lit up a finger and is walking into the room, lighting all the shimmering gold from Ida's light, starting to cast off the walls. It's not 10 minutes yet, so far nothing. You haven't gotten any weird feedback from, magic Nihilus.
Wake, do not eat anything.
Yeah, no, for the record, Ida's walking down the staircase. I'm assuming she notices the staircase. And
there's no staircase. It's just...
You would have to turn the corner past Krius and Ellen.
Oh, unless you want...
the
Yeah, the staircase is in the room with Krius, and it's behind if you look on Roll20, it's behind a, crack in the wall. It's like...
you have to go around us to actually see the...
Because remember, Ida, you're still in this room. Sorry, I'm showing two with the golem. And they are in this room.
She notices... when she casts her light, she notices her light basically shining through the crack.
Mm-hmm. She can see it.
Huh, what's this?
And at this point, is everybody in the room?
Yeah, imagine at this point.
Nihilus is doing the job that he told you he would do in the other room.
For all intents and purposes, it's just Ellen, Quake, and Krius in that room right now as Krius is doing that. Krius, you let me know what you do. Oh, okay. And so... Krius, you touch it. Correct? Okay.
Puts his hand just... Ellen, you'll thank me for this later.
And he touches it.
You're right.
And as he kind of slides his hand down the amber there, nothing seems to happen. but he seems to be in deep thought. Chris, you feel something. It's not super bombastic, nothing crazy happens, but you feel something that when you hear a voice saying something, just basically acknowledging that you have taken your gift. And suddenly the little black orb inside shrinks, and disappears. And like suddenly the amber cracks all the way down and splinters and shatters. And as it shatters down, Creus looks at Ellen, and Ellen gets a shiver down his spine because this guy's devious. You've seen that look before, but it seems like there's something else behind those eyes. And we'll take a break there, a quick 5-minute before we come back. So as we come back from our commercial break,
Grace is possessed. We killed
they're
this thing.
standing
Now
in
this is
the
casting
room.
a spell.
And on Roll20, you can get the layout of the room. It's a little late. I really rushed this layout because I didn't even expect us to be here right now. So, but for the sake of the camera, I will share really quickly here just what the room looks like. The other party is still on the other side of the room. This is where the crevice leads into this part. These stairs don't quite look. If you look on Roll20, they kind of go up that way, ascending those spiral stairs, and then these alcoves with these amber blocks right in each corner of the room. Creus has already touched that one. Ellen has watched him, and then there are these crates scattered all around the room that are rotting and aging. And I will go back to role play since there's no combat, but just to share the room so we at least have the layout of it. Back to you all. So we'll kind of pick up on Creus, whether he says anything or not, but just those eyes, that moment from Creus to Ellen, and we'll go from there.
No difference.
You're feeling fine?
I feel fine. Perhaps I should touch the other two.
Perhaps you should wait. Doesn't seem like you had any difference, but you were very fixated on touching that block of amber.
It's true. It's true.
Wow. Okay.
Shall we wait for Nihilus?
I think we ought to. He should be finishing up soon.
Yeah, Ida walks. So if she did, I would imagine she steps through the crack she saw. Sees you guys. Well, if you're wondering about Nihilus,
Let's also say the 10 minutes has maybe gone by. So Nihilus, you're good there.
right,
No
I'm in the
magic.
middle of the
Sorry to
room,
cut you
so-
off, Ida, but nothing. No other magic is in that room. It is left, and so everything is just treasure there.
So it stays on for a bit. It stays on for 10 minutes. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna walk into the next room.
Okay.
Does the
And
next room where everyone
you
is?
sense crazy amounts of magic in here
From anywhere in particular?
emanating from all of the amber stones.
Holy crap! There's nothing back there. But whatever you do, do not touch these blocks. That's cool.
And so as he
We'll
walked
wait
in,
for that.
yeah.
And I'm gonna try to stealthily indicate Creus.
I touched
There's
it.
no
Nihilus.
spell cast on him, right?
No.
There's no spell, so I wouldn't see that. The block that he touched, is it emanating the same?
As you walk in, Nihilus, you're sensing his block, no magic. But as you walk in, you sense magic. The same magic you're sensing around the room, you sense it in Creus, like in the center of his chest and his soul. And it's slowly absorbing, so it's slowly, if it's an aura you get off, it's slowly like leaving and dissipating, but you realize it's
Nihilus investigate the second block to try to figure out what the heck Creus just did?
Yeah, you can. Give me 1 second here, because I actually just realized I had some messages from Creus.
You can touch the second and the third if you'd like, Nihilus.
Okay, well, maybe we'll calm down. Do you want some gold? You can grab some gold while we're waiting. It's not going to work here, but you can grab some gold. Gold is fine.
Well, gold is way better than copper.
I'm sorry. if you want to grab some Electrum, because there's no gold in there, you want to grab some Electrum.
And like Krius has the most.
Prius, I
like,
responded to your question.
Okay.
Ida at this point discards the others and is gonna head up the stairs. She's still going north.
Ida, if you do not stop, we've already had somebody touch something they weren't supposed to. Can you please wait?
It's
Please.
we need to stay
fine. I
together.
feel fine.
Fine, unless you want to accompany me, Nihilus.
No,
There's-
I'm trying to figure out what's going on in this room. Can you please not set off a trap in another room while we're waiting?
Fine, I'll go investigate these boxes then.
No, please stay away from the boxes as well. Guys, can y'all just everybody stand in the middle of the room? Everyone in the middle of the room for just 5 minutes. That's all I ask.
But you said there was no I thought the only magic we had to worry about was the amber things, not these crates.
Yes, but apparently one of those is now inside Krius, so we have to do a little more investigating.
What exactly do you want
So,
us to do about
Fine,
And
Ada, if you want to go in the next room, go in the next room. The rest of you, please stand in the middle of this room. Don't touch anything.
So all the party has eventually showed up. Did anybody take any? So there was no one was really moved by the treasure.
No,
back there,
there's
right?
nothing that there's no shops here. There's nothing to buy in Barovia.
I've got to fix Nihilus. Allington.
Everybody,
broke
Icky shuffled
off
out of that one.
somehow.
Oh no.
I know.
Oh no,
I'll fix it.
Allington. It's okay. It's all right. Allington
got
can
it.
fly away. It's all good. Allington's supposed to be free.
So you're all in the room. Nihilus is taking a look at the others. You said so. There's so imagine one. So we'll treat them like this: west wall, east wall, south wall. East wall has already been just shattered and destroyed by Krius. So which one are you inspecting, or does it? I mean,
I'm on south wall right now. I'm trying to see what the heck is in these things to see if I have to worry about what Krius just did.
as you approach,
Yeah, so question. Do the
100%. If you want to move, you can move.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Are the staircases? I'm assuming they're to the north, so that's where
yes,
Ida's going.
they are the
Yeah,
staircase.
and then because then it's gonna hug the wall, and then I guess we're on the floor above.
Fine. Ida, go. The rest of the team, do what you want to do. I don't care anymore. I can't stop you.
Before
Nihilus, are you sure about
she
that?
is going to.
May I?
Am
come
I
with
sure
the other
about
two?
not being able to stop you? Or am I sure about not caring anymore? Because
All of
I'm
the
pretty
above.
sure I could stop. Pretty sure I could stop you, but I don't care anymore about Ida. So if she wants to walk up the stairs by herself, it's on her.
Yeah, for the record, she's just gonna cast Find Traps. You're using her final second spell slot. She's gonna cast Find Traps.
Ida
So what
stands.
is does she?
So as Ida stands,
so-
it sounds like she's standing there at the north staircase, looking up, looking around the room. She casts traps, find traps. The room is clean of traps. She doesn't find anything that would trigger.
Nothing upstairs either.
What's the range?
120 feet.
Okay. Upstairs.
This would include stuff that's affected by alarm spells, glyph wardings, or basically mechanical traps.
No. She senses no traps. While she senses no traps, Nihilus is looking at that block towards the south wall. And as Nihilus approaches it, he hears a whispering. Something offering him
Is it that you?
a potion of eternal life.
What? Okay. Does no one else hears that? Nobody.
No one
understands?
else hears it as you get close to the one to the south.
I'll look over my shoulder at Krius, and then I'll look back at the stone, and I need that. I need that, Mal. You know I need that.
I'd like
How
an
you gonna do that?
advantaged insight check from Ida.
Alright. Damage insight. It's not after a potion of eternal youth, which she's after is a revival. Oh, god damn it! And she doesn't pick up anything.
What'd she get? What's her highest?
Advantage, you're right. My bad.
Advantage.
Gotta have advantage. I am much better. 25. Give me 25.
So that voice that spoke to you earlier that told you to go north, suddenly as you're casting a spell on traps and looking up at the staircase, you kind of your head whips and looks at Nihilus as he is slowly approaching that southern alcove that holds that amber block. Nita does realize suddenly that, like, almost like the whispering is like, that is your gift. Don't let anyone steal it.
She yells, Nihilus, hold up. Voice, who are you? Before I dare to.
As normal, Nihilus fully ignores anything Nita says.
What you're,
Just so you know.
Yeah.
who are you talking to?
Well, it's the voice.
I don't hear anything.
It's going to.
Ellen, may I ask you a question?
Malcolm, is this thing giving me any more instructions, or am I just staring at it?
That was
after
it. You're
told
just
me that?
staring after it just told you to offer it, and it's like,
It's gonna prep a level 3 hold person if Nihilus makes a move. If either Chris or Nihilus makes a move.
now, Nihilus, you're not caught in a day. You're not charmed, right? You don't feel you feel compelled, but you don't have to touch it.
Yeah.
There is another one in the room as well, and what's Chris doing here?
So Creus is like,
Because he just said something like,
moved
it's
over,
the
yeah.
voices, yeah.
he's moved over to Ellen, just kind of puts his arm on his shoulder and goes, Ellen, and he's whispering, I need to ask you something very important.
Nihilus, I suggest you do not touch these. I have a feeling these
Not,
not to be
Ada, if you don't go upstairs and go look at what you're trying to do, leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
That pillar right there is what it's suggesting I take.
Ida, I will fully kill you. Calm yourself.
You see the problem, Ellen? Do you see the problem with Kalishtar?
Saying, hold
But-
up a second. You said it yourself. We should be careful.
Now, Pillar, where is this potion? Where can I find it?
We need to stop with the speaking to things that aren't there. What the hell is going on?
Ellen can't hear me whispering.
Okay,
Well,
fine.
it looks like you. I
This is
mean,
the best.
back.
This is.
Ellen,
Oh
can
my
you
god!
give me?
Great
Ellen, can
television.
you give me an insight check to see you see it?
Absolutely.
Now, my
This
man,
is-
like,
So give me a stealth
I
check.
feel like you got what I need. Show it to me. I need it. Can
That's
I get
15.
a sample?
Now let's give me a. This shouldn't be this funny. Give me a stealth check.
Dude, no, this is you fully turned this into a battle royal.
That's a 17.
I'm
Stealth,
fully
17 stealth.
Let's
Sorry.
do this.
Okay.
17
So
stealth.
unfortunately,
Budget
Ellen,
items.
you do not notice the conversation being had.
Besides,
I need to ask you a question. It's
Nihilus
of
point
utter
to
importance.
basically.
Okay, ask me.
Do I mean anything to you as part of this group?
What's that supposed to mean? This has all been thrown together.
Do you trust me? Do you trust
you
what I
for
said
what?
when I? Do you trust what I said when I said I could get you back home?
I know you have an agenda, and I haven't known you very long.
My agenda is simple: stay here and allow you all to leave. Isn't that what you want?
That's if you can do that, I would be glad. But can you do that?
I can. And he takes his scimitar and slices at Ellen's neck.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
I am going to give that at
I
advantage.
had a
Battle royale.
Um,
Ada did have a reaction, but I don't know if that's going to happen before
Ida,
Level
what were you?
3
Yeah, Ida, what were you doing? Hold on, we gotta figure this out. So as this is happening,
Order of
It was-
operations.
It was a hold person if either Cryus or Nihilus made a move, and
Yeah.
Cryus is making a move.
So Ida is gonna use level 3 hold person to secure both of them.
you can do that.
Yeah,
Here's
She
the
level
thing,
can
Ida.
if we don't pass the.
Here's the thing,
I
Ida.
fully. Yeah.
I am going to make a call on this because Ida seemed to be focusing on Nihilus, right? Because that's your. So I don't think
I
maybe
rolled an
at
18
that
anyway.
moment, Ida would have like looked over and been like, "I gotta stop." You know, like Krias is really fast, right? You're not gonna look over and be like, "Oh shit, let me hold them too." So your whole person can only be for Nihilus.
What's the save? Wisdom.
if you beat a 14 wisdom, you save.
I rolled a 21, so your spell goes off and does nothing anyway.
So can we just say, even though I don't have any level 2 slots available, can we just say that I cast a level 2 hold person instead of a level 3? Or
What do you
I
mean?
still cast level?
No, if you have no more level 2 spots, you have
No,
these
yeah.
level 3.
Cast a level
Me and
3.
Quake are just playing rock paper scissors.
All right.
Krias, go ahead and roll against Ellen's AC.
I do have mage armor up still.
Okay, that's
18.
That's gonna hit.
I'm gonna make a call here, seeing as it's a surprise attack. Because you're a rogue, that's a critical. If this was a combat and you were to attack first,
Is he an assassin rogue?
Oh no, you're not your assassin.
He's an assassin.
Then that is a
Yeah.
critical. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your damage on Ellen. How much?
Somehow, did my continued conversation
That'd be-
happen before or after the strike happened?
So the continued conversation for you. What were you asking it? You said.
I messaged you.
Oh shoot! Hold on. Okay, so much going on right now. That
Yeah,
is
Matt.
was not planned.
Yeah, Malcolm, I would keep an eye on your messages, man.
I'm
There's
starting
gonna
to
be
see now. Yeah,
shady shit
jeez.
going on.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay, so that was 9 damage.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. Let me respond to.
But it's the
Because
double.
Yeah,
The
it's
double
important
point is
whether I hear the response before or after my
Yeah.
boy Ellen screams out in pain.
So all you hear back is this, and you do get this response before you hear Ellen cry out. Actually, you know what? You don't get the response back before the cry out.
Got it. Okay.
You don't. What do you? So at this moment, I mean, damage dealt. Between everyone roll initiative just because this is going.
Can I
into
not?
some type of.
Garrett ain't gonna do shit. I'm
You're not gonna
watching.
do- Why don't you roll just so that you can be in the initiative order in case you need to react in this moment?
16.
18.
This is great television for
14.
Garrett.
Man, this is crazy
So I got
Well,
18.
because none of this was planned.
I'm gonna look at
Okay.
Quake, be like, "Yo, you got any more rocks? Treat it like popcorn."
You got that stuff, bro? You
I
got
can't
that?
taste
You
anything.
got that stuff?
Ellen, what'd you get?
14.
Actually, Ellen, I'm gonna make you roll a disadvantage.
Okay. That is a 7.
Because naturally you're being cut, like you're just being
Yeah.
because that could just do surprise where you can't react this entire round. But I feel like it's easier to at least allow you to do something this round versus this, because it is a surprise. So technically you wouldn't even have an action. So we'll do that, and then Nihilus.
15.
Okay. Ida, and you've already attacked Krias. This will be counted as a surprise. I mean, your surprise round, so you won't be able to follow up this round. Can
Ida
you
got a
attack twice? Can you attack twice? So you will be able to follow up with your second attack. Okay, Ida, what'd you get?
16.
Okay. Garrick.
Another 20.
Okay. Krias. Okay, actually, whichever you rolled before will stand. What did you roll the first time? Do you remember? If you don't, then just re-roll.
Did you roll 18?
I thought it was.
So
Oh,
Yeah,
because you didn't know.
first-
You just rolled attack.
I just rolled for attack. Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you just give me? You were quick on the draw, so give me an advantage initiative.
Okay. 16.
16. And Quake.
13.
13. All right. Jeez Louise.
Feathers are gonna love this episode.
So as this blade is going out, I take it with damage, you're still alive, Ellen.
Oh, you did 9 damage,
9
right?
damage.
Yeah,
So
I'm
Ellen
fine.
is like able to like step back, and it's like your blade like nicks his neck, but enough to where like it starts to like run. Like it's not gushing, but it's like you're like, oh shit, he just sliced my throat. Like it's like right here as you step back quickly. And because being a pirate in those days of being able to really quickly react, Ellen, you step back. As you do, Garrick is the first one that is, while watching this, whether he does anything or not, is able to react in this moment. What would you do? I know I'm not showing you the board, but Garrick, you're probably 15, 20 feet away from both Ellen, and so you can get to anybody you want, but you're standing away from them, closer to Nihilus, the way I put you in the room.
He's just gonna kind of like lean back on the wall with his great axe, holding it down, and just going.
Yeah. So I
About
moved you
time.
away, and you're just kind of watching. And so the kind of gel of this group slowly, within seconds, is starting to be exposed and you all start to feel a bit of this dark energy coursing through the room. Garrick, give me a wisdom check.
Check.
Yes. It's a DC 15. I'll tell you that.
15.
Wow. Okay.
13 plus 2.
You hear in your mind, this is just your thoughts. Seek the witch. The answer to the witch is in the Amber Temple. And then it's gone. As we move from Garrick's leaning against the wall, as he feels that, suddenly, Creus, you're able to respond and follow up with your attack as Ellen is reeling from the blow.
So he swung once, right, and he's just gonna bring the blade down, like twirling it at the same time. There we go. 16.
That also hits.
Jeez.
Did you even with your shield that hits?
I don't have shield. I had mage
Oh, you
armor.
cast
He has
shield.
mage armor, but he's
My
hitting
bad,
over
my
that
bad.
mage armor.
Okay.
So like and it's almost like I imagine that first strike on a normal human you would have slashed their throat, but like the magical energy coating his body kind of kept you from cutting all the way into him.
So he gets 9 more damage.
Mhm.
Jeez. He staggers back. And there's this kind of intensity in Creus as he's moving forward. Are you done, Creus?
Because he's using the double-bladed scimitar, he gets to roll again.
Got
Bonus
it.
action.
Yep.
Action. And he's the whole time he's swinging, he's just like, I'm sorry, Ellen, this must be done. 17.
Yeah, it's again.
And you can see like Creus he's not happy, but he's doing it. And that's 8 more damage.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Cannon kind of sweeps around. Ida is standing about 10 feet away, closer to the stairs, away from Garrick. Nihilus is in the center of the room. Ida, you hear that voice. So suddenly, you hear the same voice emanating that maybe Nihilus is hearing, but it starts to grow stronger from you at the south wall. And in your mind, you hear something say, I offer you the dark gift of Tenebris.
Like getting played with. Speak who you are, friend. You don't like getting toyed with. I guess.
Give me an advantage insight check since you're asking who are you.
Not getting toyed with. State your reasoning and self now.
Advantage insight.
Creature. Yep. Dirty 20.
I am no one. I am you. And however Ida sounds, the voice starts to sound like Ida. I am just a manifestation of your desires. And then Ida starts to realize it's not even talking to her. She's just, it's almost like you're thinking it. Now you're thinking everything the thing says. It's just, and Ida sees this potion of life, and she sees a box in her mind, and the box can bring her love back. Now, because Nihilus is standing so close, he sees the same thing, because it's not about who it might be drawn to, maybe certain people, but because you're standing so close, you're getting the same offer.
So is this a eternal life or bring life back? Because those are two different things that me and Ada want.
With your mind, I'm.
Well,
Ada, that's not the question.
It does not respond to clarify. It seems to be. I will say this. Why don't you give me an advantage insight for you specifically, Nihilus?
10.
10?
Sir.
Okay. You don't know. It could be.
So
it could be.
So
both.
all I saw, I asked for a potion, and I see a box showed up.
You see a potion and a box, and the potion, and you've heard eternal life, and then you've heard the ability to bring back life now, and you're like, wait, which one is it? And unlike Ida, who is hearing her own voice, you are still hearing the whisper.
Okay.
Not
You
that
can
would
tempt, vile creature. You think you can tempt me, Ida Kusuo?
Ida, you then see the love of your life. You see her falling off of that bridge. You weren't even there to witness it, but now you can see it. You can see the character who ran by and dropped the bomb that blew the bridge up in Eberron, that collapsed it, that turned her to dust within seconds. And within that dust, you see her being put back together and formed from the power of that box. And from that potion, you see that you and her can share it for everlasting life.
If I wanted the easy way out, I would have done it so myself. Do not.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, there's no. She can completely fight against.
Ada goes over to the self amber thing and is gonna cast remove curse. She does not like getting toyed with. You dare tempt me, creature?
And,
I want to do.
Is the south one the one that I'm standing next to?
The one that you're standing next to. So she rushes forward.
So she went into my opportunity range. Good job, Ida.
Do you do something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Nihilus, you're also watching Krius wail into Ellen.
Yeah, so I've turned to look at Krius, but if Ada runs directly behind me,
She runs directly in front of you from where I have her on the board, so she would rush right by you. And it would make sense because I doubt she would expect you to do anything.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything yet.
Okay.
Do not like tempted creature. And she's gonna head over to the self amber block and cast remove curse on this.
So as you cast the spell remove curse, you feel it you feel your magic roll over the amber like it's water, and then you feel your energy force back against you and just blast away. You can't even cast remove curse for another 24 hours. It just curses you. You can't use your own spell after you've cast it. You realize you're up against something darker than you've ever come up against, and that magic is not being removed.
It is not worth it. Therefore, Strahd can offer us a better deal. If anything, at least I know Strahd's a man. Whatever this thing is, I doubt it even knows what reason is.
Fair enough.
I'm not gonna waste my breath. Status quo. Not listening.
Nihilus, you are next.
I still see this box next to me.
So now, Nihilus, being your turn, can you give me an advantage wisdom check?
Always wisdom, huh? That's how
Yeah.
you feel? That is a 14, sir.
Okay. And so while it is a light feeling, it is the one that is directly to the it's directly that would be to the west. And you hear something say, I offer you a gift. And it's not the one to the south. And it says, I offer you the gift of Sudun, the corpse star. I offer you the gift to raise the ancient dead, to walk with you, to fight with you.
Nala still kind of wants the potion.
so now there's like, it's like two voices rolling on Nilus's head. The one from the wall more west is louder, as Ida is drawing closer, but she has now rejected the one to the south. So now they are both kind of competing for your attention.
Yeah, Nihilus wants the potion, so if that's still up,
Yep.
Nihilus is going to reach and grab the box as an object interaction.
Which box?
What happens there? Like you said, a box with a potion in it was there, right?
Oh, no. You just see that box. It's a vision. You have to, it's drawing you in. Essentially what Krias did is you have to walk over and touch the amber to get
if I see the potion, I'm
There's
gonna
no
I'm gonna try to
potion.
grab it.
No.
I don't see it.
It was just a vision. It was just sharing with you what a part of the gift that will be gifted to you if you take the.
But
so
I have
Krias is
failed my
Krias touched it, I
my
didn't see him.
check. I failed my check to stop me from resisting. So
Touch
I
it,
would go
Nihilus.
to the one that's talking about the potion.
Touch it,
I would go to
Nihilus.
the one that Ada's next to, and I would touch that one.
Ada is yelling at Nice. Nice, for once in your goddamn life, listen to me.
This is going
You
so
should
well.
have
This is
should
going.
have thought
I
about all
batshit
the words that you've shared with Nihilus throughout the rest of your life before you wanted him to listen to you in this moment.
Touch it,
So is this my action to
Nihilus.
touch this thing? Because I'm doing it for sure.
Yeah, so you're touching it. No action needed to touch it. And as you do, the gift of Tenebrous is granted to you. I'm going to send you what this means to you secretly.
Yep. Because I was going to
Some
object
shady-
interaction, grab it, and then run to my friend Ellen, if that was still
You
possible.
still can do that. But give me 1 second to send that to
Let's see how I'm really feeling, though.
Jeez.
Thanks, Mal.
This
Thanks.
is
This is a
nuts.
great room.
Oh boy.
We still got Benji to go through, man.
I know. Sorry, Benji. I know you're waiting, man. But you got one there's one on the other wall.
Got it. Yep,
And
got it.
and this is what you need to do to take advantage of this. It will show you how to do these two things that you will need to do to take advantage of what's been offered to you.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Yeah, none of that stops what my plan was. So I'm going to, after touching this thing, be like, cool, thanks, buddy. Run over to my boy Alan and dimension door back through the room to the opening of the treasure room. So I'm 40 feet away or something like that. With
So you
Ellen.
want to be right at the entrance inside the little crevice area.
Yeah, so I went and grabbed Ellen, and I don't need to see where I'm going.
Yeah.
I just need to know where I'm
you're
going.
going to grab Ellen.
I'm grabbing
Here's
Ellen.
the problem with the touch and the run.
So I asked if it was an action. It's up to you.
So
though.
you're gonna do what you're doing? You're dimensioning dooring.
I'm casting dimension door. Yeah.
So with dimension
Which
door,
means I
what
can
is it?
bring-
So speak with talk.
So
with-
I can
how do you- 'cause
go-
You've already moved like 20 feet, right?
I thought I
dimension-
was standing next to the one that I was looking at, investigating.
You weren't. You were
Oh, yeah.
standing in the center of the room.
Okay.
So
So
you
how
cast
how much further is it to Ellen? From
You
there.
would get to Ellen with another 10 feet. You'd be standing next to him, but then I don't know if you have more movement with dimension door to move him anywhere.
Well, Dimension Door is not a movement thing.
Oh,
I can
it's
go
just-
500
okay.
feet
So you
wherever I
can't get
want to
to
go
Ellen. Now,
with a friend,
with a friend. Okay.
if they're willing.
I know that I'm sure he's willing. Here's the plan. He's being attacked. And with the way this is all happening with a matter of seconds, I'm going to make you make a strength check to grab him.
Cool. That is my Warlock specialty for sure. Great check, huh?
Apparently you're inner.
We talk about like a DC 5 here? Because, that is a 19 that I rolled, so 18, sir.
Nice. And I'm going to trigger this now since it's dramatically appropriate, but I swear to God, I am not making this up in my notes, so I'm not trying. But as you grab Ellen, you dimension or Ellen away from Creus to
all the way out of the treasure room.
Oh,
to the
out of the
entry
treasure
of
room.
the treasure room.
To the
I want to go to the
entry.
broken door. Yeah.
How far can you go?
500 feet.
500 feet.
Got it.
You go all the way back to the entrance, technically.
So
I could, but I don't want to leave all of you. I'm just saying, calm your tits.
As
They can
you
still
do
hear
that,
me where I am.
suddenly,
Oh,
as you do that, as he whips out of place, Prius, you realize like something was just fucking stolen from you. It was right there. And all of a sudden, the archway gives way. That crack that leads back to the treasure room collapses inward. And as it does, there is no way out of the room but up the stairs, unless you have the same spell or you can teleport through. You realize that that Nihilus has just stolen your glory from you. As this happens,
So, after we dimension door, we see the arch just collapse.
you see an arch inside that treasure room collapse, and there's no way through now. It's
I'm
blocked.
just staring at Ellen like, my bad, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I imagine Edith's just yelling at them like, "You goddamn idiot, Nihilus!"
Quake, what do you do?
Why is Nihilus an idiot? Nihilus did the right thing.
She's just mad at
Nihilus saved his friend.
All right,
what do you
Quake.
do?
I guess I'm kind of tempted. I guess to touch the other thing, it seems to give power. You know, that's what at least I think. I mean,
Let it tempt you first, Quake. Don't just choose to go touch it.
yeah, but
He's trying to skip prom
was-
night and go straight to the after party.
I see that. He was like, apparently these things are fun.
Do what you want to do. Don't let these guys.
Oh no, do you?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
do your thing, bro. Do your thing, bro.
yeah. That was my next question was what I was immune to, if I would even be like cursed, because I have that thing on my head, and I know it gives protection. A lot of stuff is to protect from like whatever this is.
I don't
that's
think charm was one of them.
Yeah.
okay.
And here's the thing. It's in all intents and purposes, I'm describing it role-playing wise that it's drawing you, but in all intents and purposes, it's not in terms of game mechanics, it's not a charm spell. It's not making you do anything you don't want to do. It's offering you something, and if you want it, you can take it. So I will say that for the sake of dramatics and everything that's going on here, Quake knows that these things, he's watching his comrades lose it. He can tell that like there's some power being drawn, something he can take out of here. If he wants some of that power, he can get closer and see if it speaks to him as well. Or he can try to react to what is happening. You know, I don't know. I don't know how he would react. He hasn't been with them long, and now they're kind of turning on each other. Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
What is Quake's deepest desire, sir?
Yeah. At first, I mean, he just wanted to kill everyone, you know, who was, finding out all the precious ores, and he's come to like appreciate like architecture, I guess, from being in this temple. And I don't know if I mean, he was requesting power from Strad, you know, to be stronger. So that's why I think it tempts him. If they're saying it gives him power, I think he would feel tempted to try to bridge the gap in power there.
So
Yeah, so I guess-
imagine he's got 6 to 15 seconds of his life as this is all happening. What would he do? Even if he's just gonna stand and watch, that's fine. He doesn't have to do anything, but
I guess I'm gonna go ahead and guess I'm gonna touch the amber, the other, what's it called, the slab.
okay, so you just feel drawn. He just starts to walk towards and as you walk across the room, Quake. I mean, you did come here with this, intent to meet Strahd and to get this great power and to find out what he wanted you to do next, right? To find these fangs. And sure enough, you found these fangs. But as you marching across this room, as you watch as Nihilus kind of disappears with Ellen in front of you, you walk through them. You get close to that slab, and the little power inside of it says, I offer you the gift of the similar thing of the corpse star of Zadun. And you touch it, and as you touch it, you feel that power rush into you. And I am going to send you. You can, and what I would recommend you do is copy this into whatever notes, put it into somewhere so you can write it down later. But I would recommend saving this. I can always give it back to you, but because I have it. But I would save it for your character development.
Okay.
So this is given over to you.
Okay.
And okay, and so as that information is flooding into you, it's in all terms and purposes, instead of just going through another round of that, so everyone's standing there, Prius maybe or Garrick or anyone in the room, what are you doing? Or anyone who jump in, I want to hear what's Nihilus and whoever jumps in first, Nihilus and Ellen, party separated, but like, what is everyone thinking or doing at this moment?
Ida's looking at Garrick like, you think you can bust down that wall? Because we need to get out of here now.
I need a little bit of clarification. The voice said that the witch is in the Amber Temple.
The secret, the guidance to where the witch is in the Amber Temple. So what you seek is here. Doesn't necessarily mean she's here. Yeah. She could be, but it does. It's giving you some. It has kind of led you that way.
Yeah. Ida pipes up. Okay, before any of us move here, what did it offer all of you? Because I have a feeling this is not good what you lot have accepted.
Garrick walks off up the stairs.
As Garrick begins to walk up the stairs, those boxes all around the room begin to splinter and crack, and suddenly a very dry, corpse-like hand bursts out. And as these figures tear away the coffins, they rise out skinny, malnutritioned bodies that were sitting in these wooden chests that are like coffins. And as they look around, they look at you all, and their fangs start to slip out of their mouths, these humanoid with gray, pale skins, and their eyes go like bloodshot red. There are 5 vampire spawns in the room. And they whip around, they look at you, and they all look like they're gonna attack, and suddenly Krius realizes, actually, Krius, give me an advantaged insight.
5 of them, Mel?
I'm not making this shit up.
That's like 3 blocks, man. How'd you get
no one even questioned the boxes. No one was just like.
I mean,
yeah,
someone did, but
yeah.
Nihilus was like, "Don't touch shit."
All right, what do you want? Do you want the 19 or you want the 18?
Okay, we'll take the 19. And so as they're looking, one of them is looking hungry. They haven't fed for however long they've been trapped in these boxes. The power working inside of Creus realizes that Strahd turned these people, whoever they were, and he left them here um, to feed or to protect. Um, and they are looking around ready and hungry. And one of them whips his head towards you, Creus, and it goes to like, to rush, and it stops. And then it looks back towards Garrick and Ida. And they begin to turn away from you, away from you, Creus, and march towards them. What do you do?
Ida's like, before you attack, wait.
And Quake as well. All of these things turning as though they're about to like leap into action. But Creus, you have a feeling they are not here for you.
And Creus goes, Garrick, I promised you help you find the witch. Quake, I promised you all the dragon shards you could eat. Ada, sadly,
So what exactly is
your dinner.
And then every single vampire spawn turns towards Ida, like as though they listened to Creus, and hisses and begins to rush towards Ida.
Shit. Her final words is like, Lord Strahd, if you can hear me, I have served you well. Please, if you can do anything for me, now would be the time to do. Great Light, or whoever is listening, I pray to you.
I'll give you one action. What do you do? What do you cast? What do you do? One action, Ida. You don't even have to just say it and.
Alright, she summons it. She summons. In her final moment, she's like, please, let this get to for my threads of all her power and her final might. She's gonna cast Guardian of Faith.
Nice.
The shape of the Great Light.
Describe what that looks like and what it does, yeah.
Giant light just fills the room. It's like, please, Great Light, if you're listening to me, please. No, I haven't exactly been the most cooperative of beings, but please, whoever is listening, I beg of you. Please.
And this guiding light.
I mean, I may have things. I may have done some horrible things, but never once have I strayed from my beliefs. If I do not wish to die here, that is all I can say. You can punish me however you want later, but please do not let me get devoured by these creatures.
And she's probably able to mumble off some of that, and the rest of it she thinks in her mind. Guiding light blast down, lighting up the room, and as it does, we all go to light as we see the face expression on everyone else's face. Like, what instead of like what you're sharing or thinking, what do we see your face look like as she's casting guiding light? As it illuminates your face, Garrick, you're first.
Guardian of Faith.
Was it
Guardian of Faith? It brings a guardian that will attack anything within 10 feet of it.
Okay, so
it does a
it's
total
still
of 60 radiant damage.
It's still shining light as the guardian, is coming down. So we're still gonna move to we've kind of seen what Ida's doing and she's preparing for it. What is how is Garrick maybe responding or doing in this split second?
With that whisper in the back of his head, he's back on the trail of this necromancer bitch. And he just looks over his right shoulder, sees what's happening, kind of gives Ada like a nod of respect to going out swinging, and continues to walk forward.
There's this asshole. I will gut you limb from limb next time I see you.
I almost killed you when we arrived.
Of pure hatred at this rate, like bastard.
Quake, what do we see you? What do we see? Like, and these are like just quick moments, as quickly as he described that, just like what we would see in a last shot. As you just accepted your gift, you know, whether he's smirking or dark, what is he doing? What's he thinking? Maybe you can share.
Yeah, I just imagine he's kind of like accepting in the middle of accepting this gift, and he goes from like looking at his hands to like he's changed up to kind of shock with that last action. That's it.
And last, Prius, what do we see? Is it just a face expression? What is it?
He sees Ada casting that light. He pulls back his cape. He readies his crossbow. He still has a sword, and he starts running, like Legolas style, up the handrail with the crossbow aimed directly at Ada.
And as the guardian is kind of appearing in the room, and the vampires spawn are leaping forward, and Ada's there protecting with their shield guardian, and everything's happening. We kind of flash white. That white envelops of our mind, our screen, and we fade to white and end the game there tonight. That was crazy.
Now, see, this is why we should have improv, because as soon as we get off script, crazy stuff goes down. 1,000%.
Oh, god damn it. Oh.
Wow.
Next, but
As we come in on the other side, post credits, I will say, in the other room, just with moments to share, what do we see Nihilus and Ellen? What's that conversation?
Well, once we're teleported in there, I'm gonna push away outside of his range and be like, what did it do to you? Because Krius touched that thing, then he whispered, telling me to trust him, and then he stabbed me in the throat.
Oh no, it gave me a gift. Like, it's not asking me to do anything. Krius is just crazy. It gave me instructions. That's it.
Do I believe Nihilus?
I don't know. That's
Roll
literally
that-
not on
roll
me.
that- Roll that insight,
you can
bro.
decide, or you can make a check for it if you'd like.
Roll that insight if you want to.
I want to roll insight.
Okay, insight against, and then
I am bleeding from my throat right now.
I'm not going to tell him. It's against persuasion or deception, but I'm not telling him when I'm rolling.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
and it's since
Oh, I didn't get it.
for so long.
I rolled a 7, by the way. So.
Oh wow.
Oh, really? Well, I don't know. Maybe I did. We rolled the same number. It was a 7. I don't know who wins.
What is it? Is it is attacker always wins, or like the roller against? You're the one making the check. So
I rolled persuasion. I didn't roll perception. I was trying to persuade you.
You're trying to persuade.
I'm not lying.
Oh,
I'm not lying. I was given instructions, but they were not to kill you.
Okay, then that's fair enough. He'll take that. He's not lying.
Okay. Still gonna keep my distance.
So for the
What's our next steps? Are we going on alone?
No, this will try to hide the fact how much that hurts him, but I don't know. I just don't. I don't know.
And there's a light sound of clanging and fighting, a hall away behind heavy rock, as we center on those two standing there for the first time in a long time, not knowing what to think of each other, not knowing whether they trust each other going forward, framed within that shot behind that dark god statue. The Amber Temple is unfortunately doing the work that it does, and we will fade to black. Good game.
Absolutely despicable, Malcolm. What happened?
Fucking loved it. Amazing.
You're an evil genius. I don't know if that was purely of the mod or module or what, but holy hell, that is not what we were expecting.
Nothing against you guys, but still, come on, not one of you's coming to my aid. I get
By the way,
mine.
Krius, man, Krius, that all was beautiful. I don't know what Mal sent you, but I have a feeling that you went above and beyond and did some nonsense with it.
I can tell
And
you
it
whatever I
was
sent him, I did not expect that. That was not what I expected based on what I sent him. So
You gotta be kind of strict with Renee. You gotta be like, do this. Don't give him an open window, because he's just gonna blow that shit off.
And then when I saw the window he was taking, I was like, I guess, yeah, okay, that's it.
I mean,
And to be fair,
sometimes
like,
psychopaths. Yeah.
But to be fair, I sent Mel a bunch of
A
like
bunch
he
of
sent me,
questions.
and I'm like,
I was like, okay. It just happened.
so there were multiple avenues, but it'll all work.